Hey, I'm back with another React video. Who would have thunk? Today we are catching up to a few directs and showcases that were live streamed, just to see if there's any hidden gems or rough diamonds in the patch or whatever. Because honestly, I gotta fill my time somehow, and to prevent my channel from dying. So this is a good way to do it. Low effort posts. That's the type of quality you can expect from me.
IGN Summer of Gaming Expo. A showcase
So
of
cool.
brand new game reveals,
that's a
exclusive
rat.
gameplay, and
think I saw it
surprise
before.
announcements of the coolest games of the future. Hosted by IGN's Damon Hatfield and Nars. So sit back, get comfortable, and get ready to
Nars.
celebrate the incredible world of video games because IGN's Summer of Gaming Expo
Whoa!
begins
No, so cool.
now.
Oh my god. I'm so riveted. Well, this is an extended look at this game.
Is that
Extended look at
was
the
that a
aliens game.
Xeno?
The corpse was definitely a xenomorph, slain in combat.
I mean, the environments look pretty cool. It's not just old,
Engineers?
classic
What killed
alien style ships.
and how?
My lord, that's a big boy with no hands.
Our side, Xeno's coming in.
I call every single thing that's moderately big, big boy. Sorry about that. That's just how I feel. They're small boys. Oh, head crab. They do in here. Go back to Half-Life. Oh, are they part of the shared universe?
Something big's approaching your position.
Some of these soldier designs kind of remind me a little bit of XCOM for some reason. Well, I will not be getting it, sorry.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to IGN's Summer of Gaming Expo. I'm your host, Damon Hatfield. I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Nars.
Thank you so much, Damon. All month long, IGN is giving you a front row seat for the biggest gaming events and whatever is going on in games, whether that's IGN.com, Twitch, YouTube, the IGN One app
Regular,
on your smart TV, and now
plain
you
old
can
water.
watch us on Steam.
We just kicked things off with a brand new world premiere trailer for the upcoming
Orange
Aliens
juice,
Fireteam Elite
because
Pathogen
they sell it.
expansion. If you like that, stick around because we'll be closing out the show with a developer interview, giving you a closer look at what's in store for those Colonial Marines. I have a sneaking suspicion it involves more xenomorphs.
We've got a ton of stuff to show you in the IGN Expo, so let's get right into it.
Mozzarella cheese. Oh, there we go. Let's go. Iggy Mob. Iggy Biggy. Oh, he does not look happy. Yeah, I'll rate my sender.
It's the end of the line for you,
1 ringgit. And yeah, I'll give him 1 ringgit tip. But I don't think tipping culture in Malaysia is that big as in America. You won't get crucified if you don't tip, is what I'm saying. But I tipped, alright. Well, not that I tipped. It's tight. Sorry if I'm not interested in this. Like, it's a very normal type of badass game. You know, it's a very regular baseline version of that. And I don't know if this is like a franchise, Gunrave Gore. I don't know if it's like a huge franchise or like it's a cult, part of a cult classic type of franchise. It does not hook me. It does not hook me at all. Here we have variable frame rates. 1 second, I'm gonna review Burger King on my app. .2D game. This is Dig Dug. It's sleepy. Oh shit. This is I ain't getting copyright strike this time. So is this like originally a mobile game? Just wondering. What did you just say? Warning, it contains multiple flashing lights, strobe effects. Okay, good. I thought it was gonna, well, not good for people who, you know, are sensitive towards multiple flashing lights and strobe effects. But good, because I thought this shit was, not safe for work. So let's turn on the music and see what this is all about. You got no nipples. I don't care if it's like cartoon logic. These bitches ain't got no nipples.
Are you seriously going to ignore the real star of the show? You know, me? So sorry, the Grim Reaper.
Lily Pichu? Okay, that's something.
Are there any snacks here? No? I'm leaving. Wait, so you're dead? Sweet.
I mean, Lily Pichu is a fine streamer and all, but I don't think I can, with her type of sass in this game, the character, I don't think I can tolerate that voice. It still depends on how long it is, though.
Ancestors are like super laughing at you right now.
Because Lily Pichu, when she streams, it's fine. I can tolerate her voice. It's just fine. Alright, no problems.
Next up,
but like
fond
the
of
type
old
of
school pixel art,
character
like
she's
this
playing
guy,
in this
stay
game,
right where you
I
are,
don't think
because
I
we're
can
checking out some
tolerate
trailers
that.
for games that keep things looking nice and retro. First up, there is no light. Sounds dark. Let's take a look.
There's no captions? God damn. I'm gonna charge my phone. I mean, and not ironic. This looks pretty interesting so far. Chili sauce. There is no light. Okay, I'll keep an eye on that. I like the music. Core Keeper or Lore Keeper? I think it's Core Keeper. This is that game that popped up. Oh. Oh. Okay, I know exactly what type of game it is. But let's see if there's any things that pop up as interesting to me. I mean, the amount of pixel blood is nothing new, but you know, it's something. And the world itself looks pretty interesting. No place for bravery. This looks like Elder Scrolls. One of the old ones. I'm a young dude, so I can see that. Because it's true, they're old. Wow, it's guns. Okay. Alright, so it's more Doom than Elder Scrolls. Fair enough. Was this the same? Are these the same people who made Ion Fury? Oh, that's a 3D model. I don't think so. That's not the people, same people.
Only then, after the echoes of the crowd's applause have faded into silence, can music begin anew.
Can I just say I love this? I just love this type of game.
Being a bishop ain't
where the art style is like 3D, 2D pixel art. It gives so much. It gives so much character, and it looks weirdly enough lifelike. Like you're buying this
is part of the journey.
Paper
there are things that
model that you like can display at your house.
I'm leaving, Seth. I'm beginning my final voyage.
Demons.
It looks more real than most AAA games.
Feel Shale's power.
Be there for your brother, Ezekiel. He'll be there for you when the time comes.
Yeah, my brother. Right, her chick? I don't think so. You know, more power to her, you know?
The cost of my past sins. My daughter's spirit trapped within a silver locket by an evil being of the underworld. Now there was only one thing left to do.
What is happening?
The dead are rising.
The dead are rising? Oops. Sound fucked up in management. This looks interesting too. I mean, it's fucking compressed as shit. Not my fault. It's like one of those paper theaters.
All systems online.
And you lost me. Is there a story to this? Or it's just like more arcade? It's just a straight up arcade experience. Verge World? There's a lot of filters. Okay. Oh, you do a lot of crashing. I'm guessing it's like a rogue like.
Structure critical.
Interesting. I'll see what it's about. But if it's like there's no hook,
it's you again.
I'm not
This is IGN Summer of Gaming Expo, and
giving
you
it
just saw
a chance.
brand new trailers for There Is No Light and Core Keeper, along with No Place for Bravery, Project Warlock 2, Sacrifier, Rose and Locke, and Verge World. Phew, that was a lot. Hopefully you're brave enough to be left unsupervised for a couple minutes because we need to take a quick break. If anything goes wrong, the emergency numbers are on the fridge. Be good. IGN Summer of Gaming Expo will be right back.
Daggone, I'm not watching this live.
IGN Summer of Gaming 2022 is presented by the U.S. Army. You can choose from over 200 career paths that match your passion on GoArmy.com. What's your warrior? And sponsored by
Die
Metro by
or
T-Mobile.
oil and more. Are we back that fast?
In a world with non-stop news about Marvel, Netflix, and I'm Akeem Lawan. Announcement.
These are just advertisements for
Make sure to
for
catch the
IGN itself.
You can share with the world. The entertainment
on your
win on any
network. Who
waiting for gameplay and a whole lot more.
Sorry,
Be
I'm
part of
banned
the
on
conversation,
Instagram.
talk, and Snapchat.
No, I guess I'm not banned on Instagram now, right? I mean, I haven't checked yet. It must have been resolved by now. Maybe not. I don't know.
Welcome back to IGN Summer of Gaming Expo. Now, Halloween isn't for a few months, but luckily, horror games are great all year round. So, scaredy cats, this is
Horror
your chance
game.
to hide
Done.
under the blankets. Everyone else, brace yourselves. Let's take a look at some terrifying new games coming soon to consoles and PC.
I'll end up losing my mind. I cannot trust anyone. Not even Albert.
Am I speaking out, lady? Sorry, my hearing's not good.
If you are
It
listening
appears to have a an
to
eyeball
is real.
or a global phone, whatever it's called. Shit, I forgot. Just yesterday, I spoke with confidence
I know
with what it is
time left.
to one of my friends. And now I fucking forgot what it's fucking called.
I can feel it breathing right behind me.
Gramophone. Is it a gramophone? Because the Grammys. Gramophone. Huh? Am I right? That looks like a recent photo that should not be like black and white or like yellow gray. Mad Sun. Okay, I think I get it. Mad Eye Sun. Oh, it's on Switch too. Nice. I'm glad Switch is still alive. It's a very relevant console. Still, which is amazing. Marlboro, did they get sponsored by them? What the hell? Or is it like a play? Like Melbourne instead? No, I think these are legit scientific instruments, right? I remember like that type of design for the logo of a beaker when I was in high school. Autopsy simulator. So yeah, probably it's gonna be very accurate. You're gonna get all the things that you use for autopsy is very accurate, including the brands of your instruments. Okay, necromancy game, not original, but I do like the art style. Albeit it's nothing special. It's a horde game. Or something along those lines. Sacrifice your minions. Nothing new. Die and rise again. Okay. So it's incorporated in the gameplay itself. Procedurally generated land. I have an allergy to the word procedurally generated. Those words, stay away from me. Team 17. No, they're given work. That's what's important. Generating the economy and stuff like that.
In the deepest caverns beneath the kingdom, where the light of the cruel moon cannot reach, Grey Irma, the fierce warrior and protagonist of Moonscars, searches for a mystery that will bring her closer to the truth of her world and of herself. Welcome to the Earth Bowels. The Earth Bowels is one of the areas you will discover further on in your journey. It is an
These lands will irritate you.
With long-buried secrets. Secrets connected to not only the sculptor, but Mother Earth herself and the cruel goddess, the Moon. The caverns are filled with twisting corridors and treacherous chasms. To navigate them, you will first need to discover the ability to dash through the air at supernatural speed.
I need the same people who made
The bowels play host to all manner of foul beings that threaten to end your journey.
like that goo head.
Gilded foes,
I'm
vulnerable
blacking
only
out.
to
Not that
witchery.
late either.
Creatures capable
Maybe I'm
of
just tired because I did not get enough sleep. I'm making
vicious
excuses, but
warlords who command
sounds like I'm making
armies of
excuses.
underlings, and
But
ultimately a comrade
come
in
on.
arms from your past. Laios,
sleep
fellow
deprivation,
soldier of the
not a
pristine
joke.
squad now
Also,
turned. His
nice
attacks
font
are
for the
mighty
boss.
enough to shake the very earth. And you'll have to discover his weakness for
Nice font for the numbers too. I'm
on
guessing
your
it's
own
not
journey
finished
to
yet.
meet your maker.
It's either that or they can't change it, or it'll fuck up a certain code that's integral to the game. Hunter Simulator?
To survive on this island, you'll need more than just a gun.
Okay, so it's a survival game. Supernatural
You
survival.
will need a camera.
Okay. Do hunt paranormal stuff? It's like, what is this? British Columbia Simulator. Outbreak Island. Yeah, you think you're slick, huh? On top of the IS, like an ISO.
You just gotta look at Madison, Autopsy, The
I see you.
Unliving. Those are two different games. Moonscars and Outbreak Island right here on IGN Summer of Gaming. If you manage to survive that many scary trailers back to back, surely you can brave the wilds of these three
Oh,
survival
I'm
and crafting
shivering.
games. Here's Void Train.
This is nice.
Build and expand your own train while traveling through the void in solo or online co-op with up to 4 players. Now with a larger variety of islands, enhanced weapon system, new dangers, puzzles, and void creatures.
Huh. It's a pretty interesting spin on the survival. These types of games, you know? And those animations look pretty fucking cool. Not gonna lie. Like, you know, I'd rather play this than DayZ or Uprising? What the hell is that Viking game? God damn it, yeah, the Viking game.
Void Train is coming to Steam October 2022. Currently available on the Epic Game Store.
From around, like Spider-Man. Subnautica, but with fungi and shit. I mean, I like Subnautica. I played like hours of it. And I didn't have like any particular goal. I just like wandered around, just trying to survive, all that. It was a pretty pleasant experience, even if you weren't gripped with the story or interested. I'm talking about Subnautica, not this, because I mean it's Forever Skies, okay? Holy shit, it's Jesse Cox. Is it fake pixel art? I think it's fake pixel art. Where like different pixels like clash with one another, overlaid on top of each other. The pixels aren't necessarily moving in the way where you expect pixel graphics to. I mean, it's fine, it's just a personal preference thing. Look at that, just aim it everywhere and it looks the same. Okay, I like that type of minigame. Scoliosis simulator.
You did it! You successfully made it through our gauntlet of survival and crafting games. That was Void Train, Forever Skies, and
Thank you,
Wander
God.
Lost.
I mean,
Up
I was
next, we're
sweating.
taking things up a notch, checking
I
out
think
some
I kind of
action
deserve a
games.
reward.
But first, we need to take a break, but it's a quick one, because there's much more to come. Stick around, because IGN Summer of Gaming Expo will be right back after this.
Mana, is that like a cryptocurrency shit?
Or lifestyle. It's tailored for people who enjoy gaming, entertainment, and earning rewards. Let's take a closer look at Mana.
Okay, I'm
Ready
interested.
to game the system? Meet Mana. You slay.
I slay.
You achieve. You win.
I win.
So should your bank account, because your power shouldn't stop when the game does. Mana is the best gaming rewards debit card.
Visa.
Where you
I
can
have
earn
a
perks and points
debit
by
card.
paying and playing, and get rewarded with the things you actually want.
Not necessarily
and we make
Visa.
it easy to set up and start. Just sync your favorite games to your Mana account.
Is this
and start
Malaysia
completing quests
compatible?
For next level
God.
rewards. Like that skin you can't wait to show off.
I
Or your
don't
next
have
gear
any
upgrade.
skins. In fact, I don't play any games
No
that
gimmicks, no surprises,
have those types of elements.
No kidding. So why pay any other way? Pay with Mana. Pay with power.
Power.
Mana. Game the system.
Boop. The Mana app, Mana Rewards account, and Mana Pro Rewards account are offered by Mana, registered trademark, Interactive Incorporated. Terms and conditions and fees apply. The Mana Deposit account is provided by MVB Bank, member FDIC. Fees and transfer limitations apply. Please see separate disclosures, terms and conditions for more information found within the Mana app and on www.mana.app. The Mana Visa, registered trademark, debit card is issued by MVB Bank. Visa USA. Blah 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 blah. It doesn't say anything about it being restricted to one country or one region. So that's that.
IGN Summer of Gaming 2022 is presented by The Terminal List. Watch the action-filled psychological thriller starring Chris Pratt only on Prime Video July 1st. And presented by The Callisto Protocol on PlayStation. Coming December 2nd, 2022. Pre-order now.
I want to buy it for the PS4 just to see how it runs on it, you know?
I'm Akeem Lawanson, and this is what to watch on IGN1.
There's a certain novelty to new games running on old consoles now. I don't care.
Stella Chung, headlines you want.
I don't care.
Your library access guide. It's for only releasing to
Summer of Gaming, the most action-packed summer gaming
Presented
event
by
around,
the US Army.
but it's about to get even more packed with action. Here's a block of action games.
People are still talking
just
Mortal
got
Kombat.
real.
Today,
That's JFK, Mao Zedong.
Dawa today introduced the drone.
That's a robot. That's like Mars Beat.
Nothing.
We're in Hong Kong. We're just killing people as a white woman.
this is not like the last time. I have powerful friends now, bitch.
Killing Chinese folks left and right. Bam!
Cops don't wear sneakers.
I do.
So call me. Zone. Oh, this is a very diverse China. Alright, okay.
Tell me.
In the future, everyone wants to go to China. But you know what? That's pretty believable. I mean, if you're just basing off...
hands, unless you have only one.
You feel pain?
Do you?
Okay, this is gonna be some like real world advertisements in this game. Okay, alright.
Sometimes it's not up to us.
Asia Cat, the Japanese police officer.
With memories of yesterday.
Stone! Oh! Someone just got killed. I'm a police officer, and I am apparently shot.
Bodies, dead policemen, a crashed helicopter, dead fucking androids, no survivors.
Just another day in the office.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, wanted dead. Okay. Yeah, if you're just basing off the future of what China media personnel speak about, like your country about, like these statistics, these and that, GDP growth and all that. Yeah, I can see the future looking kind of like that. Everyone wants to move to China because it has a strong economy and better work-life balance than, say, America. What the hell? I mean, it's definitely not Minecraft, okay? Get that shit out of your head. But it does remind me of another game where it uses voxel graphics, or at least like this type of cubic aesthetic, and it's a shooter game. Like red versus blue, soldier type stuff. It's not coming to mind. As of all things, like I can recall everything, but to say I remember their names, no, absolutely not. Block and load 2. There's a block and load fun.
Welcome to Carnage Corp, where we start you on the path to being a better monster. Just follow these simple steps. Smash, bash, and stomp your way to success. But watch out for falling debris. An accident-free worksite is a happy worksite. Whether it's tanks, battleships, or the latest kaiju defense technology, the smart monster is vigilant with one eye peeled for anything.
Yeah, I use that font. The alpha gameplay footage, I have that font.
Clothes make the monster. Be sharp and find your own style.
I'm sorry,
Don't
alpha
forget stretch.
gameplay.
You don't want to get a cramp
Alpha
out there.
gameplay, sorry.
Here at Carnage Corporation, we put people first. We reward hard work, ingenuity, and good taste. Congratulations, you're now one step closer to being your beast self.
I mean, like, Gorilla? Is the gameplay a play on something, or did they honestly just... It's honestly just typo. Oh, it's GTA. This rock rendition. Woo. What was that dude's name? Hayok? Hey, comrade. Me? Helic. My Halo. Mihalik. Joe Boomer. Why is that? This is a weird editing. Or is that a game? Alright. Oh, hey, it's Fortnite.
Are you ready to be protectors?
Movement looks smooth. Obviously, it's
Let me show you what a shot
it's responsive, is what I'm saying.
I'm here to finish the mission, no matter what.
Why you gotta be so serious? You have a little fun.
Check out how strong my body is!
My strength has no match.
Is that game also gonna be voiced by streamers? Or is this game gonna be voiced by streamers? XQC as Tree-Head Blob Monster. Stuck on You. It has an interesting style, look to it. Very vibrant colors. It looks like something that would come out like in like 2011, honestly. Something that you would play on like Xbox Live with your friends. Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Steam. Interesting. I mean, you don't really need to. I mean,
you just got a look at Wanted Dead, Block and
Is
Load,
that a physical release
VR,
or just digital?
Trail Out, Hype Squad,
if
and
it's physical,
Glitchbusters. Be sure to sign
then you
up
can
for
just
Block
plug
and
it
Load
in your
closed
PS5.
beta. But there's plenty more of
I don't think
IGN
so,
Summer
though.
of Gaming Expo where that came from. Up next is a game where you can play until the cows come home because it's a game about cows. Here's Quiet Farm.
like a game. Interesting start. Fart. So I'm guessing you're being mind controlled by the aliens, or like, okay, there's this one small alien that helps you, and these other aliens are coming after you. Okay, already. So foreign conflict on domestic soil. Interesting. And you can grow shit. Okay, so that's where the farm stuff comes in. And got shit. That's more than a fart. Nice. All right. Apocalypse by Team 17. Only fools would brave the sea. Coming to cosmos. Online on the couch. A seafaring telepathic journey. The Hatcher. Together fight sea monsters. I'm sounding a little bit squish. The waters are ready. Together, plan your course. I'm just gonna sound like an average dude. And together, save the archipelago. Ship of fools. 2022. There's a lot of games. A lot of games. There's a cat on a hoverboard that kills evil unicorns. Well, what more could you ask for? Gory. No, I think my sister would love this. Just the pure insanity of it all. And it has everything you would ever want. Unicorns, cats, killing unicorns as a cat. I do worry that the oh shit, it's like a zombie apocalypse. That's messed up. Anyway, I do wonder if it's gonna be overwhelming a little bit. Depends on the length and depends on pacing, I guess, and whether or not the types of environments you're in and types of actions you're doing in those environments differ. It's a normal unicorn. Why'd you behead him? Or like, do they get back to normal? Like they have normal eyes once you decapitated them?
The cosmos is in danger. Heroes may die, but their legends live forever.
Is that a horseman?
Build a new world together.
It's a horseman.
And keep order amongst the stars. For this, we look to you.
That's
our star keepers.
Wolfpack, star keepers. All right.
You just caught trailers for Quiet Farm, Ship of Fools, Gory, Cuddly Carnage, and the world premiere of Star Keepers right here on IGN Summer of Gaming Expo.
If that was too much excitement, relax.
It was a pretty low-key world premiere.
Chill. Here's a look at Coral Island.
Hell yeah, I can move now. That's me, the black lady. The character portraits suffer a little bit from a Disney-fied syndrome. But hey, if you're into that, I guess it's fine. Like, come on, that's just straight up from a Disney film. Yeah, I saw this. I saw this. Is there anything new? Okay, there's some new stuff. I think. Or is the difference just okay? There's new stuff. So this is the more of a look at relationships and different characters you can play as, types of customizations you can do to your character. The mini games. Marriage. Can I marry her? Can I marry him? Look. Smiley. Okay. It's Soshi, it's Cryptivo, of course. No, we just saw this game. Starzu Valley. I'm here all night. Which is true because after this, I'm gonna upload this and probably edit it together in time for the Bethesda showcase. Now that is what I'm most looking forward to, because I think I've stated enough times that I'm a Bethesda simp. Though not to an extent where I buy all their games without question, or just suck their dick all the time. I'm pretty critical of them, because I want that feeling of admiration back. I want the feeling of, yeah, these people make good games back, you know? Hey, we just saw this game. I'm gonna take the fattest dump ever, or maybe the most excruciating dump ever. These things aren't the only ones I ate. These things aren't the only food stuff I ate. I also ate burger, like double salmon Burger King sandwich, plus fries from downstairs. These are different fries.
Hello again. You're watching IGN Summer of Gaming, and we just checked out Coral Island, Roots of Pacha, Super Zoo Story, and Dinkum.
But right now, let's take a quick break. IGN Summer of Gaming Expo. We'll be right back after this.
IGN Summer of Gaming 2022 is sponsored by Metro by T-Mobile.
Wow.
And by The Terminal List. Watch the
that
action-filled
pause
psychological
by
thriller starring Chris Pratt.
The Terminal
only on
List.
Prime Video July 1st.
That's what I imagine.
Where you relational the better the comments on your phone.
Star Wars game announcement.
What now? Who's next? Oh, there it is.
Return to Enoch in the brand new Outriders World Slayer.
You know what?
Either continue
Fine, you
your
know,
Outriders
let's
safe
hear
file
it.
or
Let's hear
jump
the
in
ad
fresh
spot by
with the level 30
Outriders
boost.
World
Here's a sneak peek
Slayer.
of what to expect.
A game that everyone is playing. And most certainly a game that everyone loves. Sorry, no amount of butt rock will save you. Okay? Definitely won't save me from getting copyright strikes. I'm just gonna mute that shit. Oh no, this is the same shit we saw, yeah. It's not even a new ad. Get a new ad. Well, she's kinda cute though. Need me a girlfriend like that, you know what I'm saying?
Welcome back to IGN Summer of Gaming Expo. Up next, a game that combines gritty, hardcore military realism about the horrors of war and
shit's so
ruins.
thin. What the fuck?
Here's Ratton Reich.
Oh my god. All the other ones are like normal shit. No, that's just a fucked up character model. Who designed that? Can't wait to play as the Axis powers. As a hot, sexy, blonde rat lady. I mean, I'm not saying it's hot or sexy. Whatever. Yeah, I've seen this game before. But like, yeah, this is some extra gameplay. I think that's the first person perspective. It's pretty cool. No, I'm pretty sure there are winners in war. I'm pretty sure. I mean, not everyone will win, but certain people will, and that's a win. Oh, maybe I just have a different perspective because I'm built different. Everyone's built different, so jury's out. He says while eating Burger King mozzarella cheese, all alone, watching ad spots. Bam! 10 damage. That's so much damage. Black Mesa, Beneath Mesa, Broken Spear Tree. I really like the hand-drawn elements though. That looks pretty cool. I'm finished, finally. Stuffing myself with food, but I still remain skinny. One of life's greatest mysteries. Orcs.
30 years ago, we
Raw
thought
Fury?
we had contained the corruption on Earth. We were wrong. The corruption has reached the colonies. If we don't stop it, humanity will have nowhere to hide.
Okay, comic book, aesthetic, cell shaded.
With great power, well,
Samus logo.
You know the rest.
Super Fuse. Alright. Flashy, definitely. Who's Zhu Chang? Why does he have glasses? Is there something I'm missing? That's cool, like, you know, Chinese, ancient China setting.
That was a look at Ret and Reich, followed by Beneath Oresa, Orcs, Superfuse, and River City Saga 3 Kingdoms, right here on IGN Summer of Gaming Expo.
And we still have more trailers. Oh look, here comes one now.
Didn't I already watch this, bro? Like Amazon Simulator. This is definitely a new look. Alright. 1 second and... I'm back. Let's continue. What? We got our Wheatley of the game. Jamazone. Ah, I'll play the demo. Maybe I will.
It's been 5 years. And 11 days since we settled here. Our ongoing mission, to build a self-sustainable, closed ecosystem that'll guarantee humanity's survival into the impossibly far future. The most
fucking hell, I just noticed that it was off, turned off. When did that happen?
Our
What the
species
fuck?
can endure
Oh, whatever.
our upcoming challenges.
The audio of
Whether
the
it's
stream.
nuclear
Was it
devastation
my...
or the inhospitable
Yeah, it was my
surface
board.
of a newly settled exoplanet.
God damn it.
Minds in here,
I really need
the
to
outside world
put it here.
is but a distant echo of our primitive past. And despite it all, my greatest fear is upon us. Our mightiest achievement has turned on its creators.
Third-person hack and stealth game. Okay, looks pretty polished. Who are we playing as? Like this techno hacker. Evotinction. That's a dumb name. Evotinction? Evoticity. Oh, look, it's the Wheatley of the group.
The American illicit drugs market is the
Yes,
biggest in
retro
the world.
style. Wow. Drugs.
Drug barons control the multi-billion-dollar empire, and Miami is Cocaine City.
Okay, night shift just cleared the building. You've got 60 minutes
Good
to
old
log into that
Miami,
cartel
Florida.
terminal and uncover as
It doesn't
much of that
change,
network as you
honestly. Amigo.
The biggest of the cartels, Reyes Muertos, uses the World Wide Web to keep their deadly business open 24/7. The American government has been carrying out the world's biggest anti-drugs operation as Western demand for the drug almost exceeds the supply.
Heck, the drug war.
Special police squads use intelligence reports and, more often than not, their instincts in their search for cartel smugglers. Despite law enforcement's best efforts, greater things are expected.
Damn it, one of the night shift guys just came back. Looks like he's headed your way. Get out of there. This case is blown. Meet me back at the station.
Oh, it's a third person, first person element. Like Red Room. Vice, Undercover, NDR, CVR.
Do you have any idea of the danger?
No. I have no idea what this is at all, sir, ma'am.
My God, this can't be real.
Our understanding of the phenomenon grows with every day.
Oh, something,
However,
teleportation.
For one individual in our group,
or genuine
physiological response
fuckery
has been troubling.
Something's fucky around here.
We've made a path for you. Please hurry.
Nice. I think I have Lifeless Planet in Epic Games, like free. Huh. All right.
Welcome back! This is the IGN Summer of Gaming Expo, and you just got a look at The Last Worker, Evotinction, Vice Undercover, and Lifeless Moon. The expo might be coming to a close, but Summer of Gaming continues all throughout June. We'll be bringing you events, announcements, reveals, and
That's
more
what I'm
fun
looking
stuff
for,
all
Xbox
around the
and
industry, and
Bethesda.
you'll find it all right here on IGN.
And you can find IGN everywhere. IGN.com, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, the Samsung TV app, and now you can even watch us on our Steam page.
We are winding things down, but we're not done yet. Up next, a brand new multiplayer experience in a beloved universe. Here's The Walking Dead: Last Mile.
Who knocked the camera, huh? I see it. Is this a joke? Why did it look so bad? I mean, the art style's fine, like just the general polish. Interesting. Yeah. It's like, oh, just take the bag, dumb fuck. Guys. Come on. Why can't we all just get along? So all of these characters, why is there a Facebook logo on the top right corner? This is powered by Facebook?
Someone, get the dog. I've got a wounded man.
Huh, alright. Powered unironically by Facebook.
That was The Walking Dead: The Last Mile right here on IGN Summer of Gaming Expo. But a friendly reminder that Summer of Gaming is going on throughout June.
That's right. Here's a quick look at what's still on the way. Coming up very shortly is day 5 of Netflix's Geeked Week, which is focused on games today, and we still got the Tribeca
Yeah, I didn't care about that.
and Freedom
Completely
Games
skipped
Showcase.
it.
And be sure to join us again for the Guerrilla Collective Showcase, followed by the Wholesome Games Direct and Future of Play Direct, and then the NetEase Games livestream.
And you definitely won't want to miss the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase on Sunday, followed by the PC Gaming Show.
Whew, it's going to be a busy weekend. It's time for us to say goodbye, but stick around because after the break, we've got the team behind Aliens Fireteam Elite stopping by to show off the latest expansion.
And of course, a huge thank you to everyone watching at home. We'll see you next time.
Mess with the volume settings here. Good God, that's not what we want to do at all. Oof.
Like wall run grinds and other acrobatic tricks on a skateboard without the complexity of button inputs.
Which
From where
this?
we're coming
This one's
from, we're making
Wholesome
this game, we want it to
Future of
feel
Play
very familiar
and a future game.
to immigrants and people of color and particularly like
colored.
South Asians, so that they can see
Yeah.
themselves. But I think
I'm
it's
Asian.
also a very enjoyable act of like.
Oh, this one. I hope they polish it because the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, that's a bit rough. It's a bit in rough shape. So I really hope it's
role-playing game. Part of the pleasure of that is in inhabiting
improved since
someone
then.
else
Oh boy.
and living their life. And I think that's kind of what we want to give players, this idea of being very grounded in Jala.
I'm not an immigrant though. That's the problem.
Her story and her personality, some of which is shaped by her culture and some of which is who she is.
Oh God, the slipper.
Imagine a world where the richest people on the planet move to Mars in the midst of a climate catastrophe. In the Cub, that's the question facing a child who has found a way to survive in the ruins of a mutated Earth. But
I
when the
think they would
ultra-rich return
die.
on an
Honestly,
expedition,
going to Mars
then
is a
they
stupid
get a lot
idea.
more than what they bargained
I need to go. I see those Dune books in the back there.
Demagogue Studio is a group of filmmakers, writers, architects, musicians, animators, and developers who make interactive experiences for a generation that might
Like
just
imagine,
live to
like
witness the
even
end
if
times.
all the rich people were to go to
We
Mars,
started experimenting
live there,
with
like
a couple of
it's not
satirical games
sustainable.
that led to Golf
right?
Club Wasteland, our first commercial success. Currently, we Demagogues are working on 2 games, one of which is a prequel and sequel to Golf Club Wasteland, a 2D cinematic platformer called The Cub.
Now the moon, that's a different story. Okay, so this is like a...
The Cub is essentially the
2D
Jungle
runner?
Book set in an urban Silicon Valley-like apocalypse.
Alright, that's nice. I mean the setting, not the circumstances in which the character is in.
After the Great Climate Catastrophe, the ultra-rich have evacuated to Tesla City on Mars. The rest of us died.
Tesla City? That's pretty on the nose, and I
Years
like
later,
it.
When a research mission revisits Earth, they spot a human-like mutant kid while playing golf.
Oh, alright, so it's a definitely...
Upon discovering the Cub, the science expedition turns into a relentless safari-like hunt. The kid ducks and dives through urban ruins. The little barbarian bastard has a plan.
Oh, alright, so we're a bit hostile towards it. Vote populist. Now that's some scathing critique right there.
While traversing this vibrant post-apocalyptic world, the Cub wears a space helmet he scavenged from a dead Martian.
Or maybe
The
like a
helmet
critique
airs
towards
Radio
us
Nostalgia
because
from
we
Mars,
didn't
a
vote for
radio
the
station
populace
based on
enough.
Mars, streaming music and stories of Tesla City dwellers' memories of their former home, Earth.
Radio Nostalgia from Mars.
Yo, AR?
The radio callers are nostalgic for our today. This is future archaeology. Future retro. A sci-fi scenario that prompts us to reevaluate the things we already have today. From friends and family to basic things like air and water. As Marshall McLuhan would say, we march backwards into the future. Similarly, the brutalist architecture in the environment serves many non-obvious functions. Brutalism stands for the 20th century and its apocalyptic war history. It stands for faith in large-scale progress through technology that spans multiple ideologies, which led to breakthroughs but also to pollution and climate change.
Think that's
in the 21st century,
accurate,
we have a
but
brutalism of the soul,
it's alright.
A reordering of the human psyche through the internet, as exemplified in the millennial pink neons peppered throughout our game's cityscapes, such as digidopamine or doom scrolling. Modernist architecture looks powerful, yet it's already turning into ruins, just as humanity might. The game is an homage to cinematic platformers such as Heart of Darkness, but also old school Sega games like The Jungle Book or Aladdin.
I can see it. I can see it. Oh, alright.
Further inspiration is drawn from classic literature, cinema and popular culture. A reflection on our commitment to storytelling and world building. The game has numerous interactive objects to find that enrich and inform the narrative, and also poke fun at future and current events at the same time. Hopefully, the game will make people feel, open the players' minds, and thereby bring a change in global politics and a universal bliss for all humanity. You know, what platformers are best at. Enlightenment of the soul.
In 1998, the fates of two families converge at a motel in the Arizona desert.
He's using the same type of webcam I am, judging by the quality.
Forever. As the tale unfolds over the next few decades, step into the shoes of multiple characters to decide how that night will alter the course of their lives through a unique art style featuring actors digitally integrated into a beautiful cinematic world.
What do you guys think?
This is As Dusk Falls.
Hello, I'm Caroline.
And I'm Cherry. We're excited to be here and we'd love to tell you more about Interior Night and our game As Dusk Falls.
And hold on, I kind of skipped, like, is there a proper intro, or did they just, like, cold open like that?
Got your car towed back for you. You were right. It's more than I can fix with duct tape and a socket wrench.
Hold on.
Please stay.
Skateboard, like wall run grinds and other acrobatic tricks on a skateboard without the complexity of...
Okay, so they just, like, flat out just
from where we're coming from,
put us in the world.
We want it to feel very familiar to immigrants and people of color.
A beautiful cinematic world. This
they did not have a proper intro, or like they messed up during the live stream.
Hello, I'm Caroline.
And I'm Cherry. We're excited to be here and we'd love to tell you more about Interior Night and our game As Dusk Falls.
Oh, hey there. Got your car towed back for you. You were right. It's more than I can fix with duct tape and a socket wrench.
It looks like concept art.
Nothing. Your guests.
Get it round back, quick.
What in the world?
What in the world?
On the ground now.
Whoa! Bam! Bing! Bong!
Get on the ground.
Get on the
As
ground.
Dusk Falls is an interactive story. The decisions you
make
do
interactive
have
story. Is it really?
consequences.
We'll see.
Our story is a crime drama that explores the intertwined lives of two families over 30 years. We have the loving family, the Walkers.
So, what's next? License plate game? Another round of row your boat?
and the Holtz.
That chick looks like Brianna Taylor-Joy.
Come on. This is 2 Rock, not NYPD Blue. Now get looking for that safe.
As you play the game, you will be stepping in the shoes of different characters. First, Vince, the dad, who is rooting his family to Missouri.
You are my flock, and I plan to herd you.
I mean, Brianna Joy Gray, sorry. Brianna Taylor-Joy.
And on their way in Arizona, they get caught in a hostage
Brianna Joy
situation.
Gray.
There's also Jay, who is one of the members of the other family.
I mean, the art style does look a bit like those movies like Apollo 10 and a half. And that one with Robert Downey Jr., I think.
Look,
but
there's enough cash
not moving.
in that safe to put the last few weeks behind us. We stay alive, we keep the house, everything goes back
I hope
to normal.
this is not the final product. I mean,
there's our
it depends on what else it has going for it.
Are we gonna play?
You bet we're gonna play.
Who you see across
Daddy,
the 6 chapters
Take a
from
shit.
when she's 6 until she's 19, and
Oh,
she's
cool.
becoming this young woman.
The visual art style of our game is unique, and it was crafted especially to tell this compelling story.
A real life
It mixes
girl.
beautifully painted 2D characters
Oh,
and
they're like
sets them in an
painted from the
evocative
ground up.
3D
Alright,
world.
I thought they were like rotoscoped.
We film genuine and nuanced
Which does not
performances
make
from
sense.
actors to capture
Yeah, it is
complex
rotoscoped.
emotions and
Thanks,
facial
man.
expressions. Players don't look at pixels; they watch people in all their humanity.
Please don't look at pixels. What?
When it
That's
comes about like writing the story, we work probably a bit more like TV. So it's a very long process. It's dozens of versions of script. So it's not a linear one version of the story. We have to think all the choices,
And they
all
do
the narrative
use
space, all the
real-life
branches
human
feeding
references.
into one
So I'm hoping it is
It's
actually.
kind of a
No, I'm really
3D
hoping
map.
it's actually rotoscoped.
How could you have thought you'd be happier
This
without
is
your
not.
family?
This does not look appealing at all.
I mean, without mine, I'd be.
I don't know. I guess I just never liked being tied down. With a family, I felt
trapped.
We wrote every character from a place of empathy, and we try not to be judgmental towards any of them. We try to understand each of them, and I hope the players will feel the same way
suit up.
and try to empathize.
That's where
and
the joke
understand and
ends.
relate with all of them.
Did you get the money? Oh, we got it all right.
Go,
Nice
drive!
work,
What the fuck?
guys.
Go!
Hold on tight.
You can ask later. God damn! If you like. Oh god. It's like they get in frantically, and you're like, "Hey, did you guys do the thing I asked you to
Family
do?"
meals
That,
are a
at that
time
point,
not
does
just
not
to
matter.
create
You
memories,
fucking hit the
but to share
you hit the gas.
For Venba, the mother of the family,
Pass on it.
cooking is a way to connect to the culture and the life that she has left behind, and pass those memories on to her young son. Each recipe she teaches
What other
him is
books
not
you
just a
have
list of
there?
ingredients, but a piece of a much larger story about
Rachel.
where he comes from, who his family
Rachel
is,
what?
and the challenges they face.
Hmm.
Here's a taste of what's to come.
Tilt your head a little bit. I wanna see.
How did you get started in game development?
Me?
Well,
Well,
basically, I took a quiz online to figure out what my career should be back when I was in high school, and after I did the quiz, it said I should be a video game developer.
very straightforward story. I like that.
We were working on this project called Balloon Man. It was this Mega Man style boss
Mega
rush
Man.
game about this depressed superhero whose superpowers are only to make balloons. We were a couple of months into
Huh.
the project when Abby texted me this paragraph pitch of Venba. I remember the day I was eating at a restaurant with my mom and my sister.
Venba is a narrative cooking game where you play as a grandpa who moves to Canada in the late 1980s. But during this move, her recipe book gets damaged. So as the player, not only will you be cooking various South Indian dishes to restore these recipes, but you will also be exploring the story of this family and the unique challenges that they face.
And the idea resonated with me so much. Maybe because my mom was there, I felt a connection to the idea because it's about a mother and a son. It was too compelling to not work on, so we decided to move on to Venba.
Venba at its core is about the relationship between the mother and the son. one aspect that we wanted to touch upon was the loss of language. As Kevin grows up here and grows more assimilated, he loses touch with his mother tongue Tamil, and he adopts English instead. So as a result, the literal communication between Venba and Kevin is
I like these.
broken. And you can see this in the recipe book given to
people
Venba by her mother as well,
through their
because
webcams.
in the travel,
it makes
the
me
words
realize
and the pages get damaged. So as a result,
made the right decision in buying a new one.
There too is quite broken. Venba, who feels a lot of guilt for having moved to Canada in the first place, doubles down on the things she holds dear, like her culture, her language, her food, the longer she stays here. So it becomes really important for her to fix the recipe book, because for her that's a way for this link to persist across generations.
Very interesting. Can you like shorten that?
In our household, we very rarely ate outside.
This is the real gameplay.
So cooking was very important.
Oh, sound designer. All right. Okay, I'm interested in this part. Actual
unlike Venba, there
sound.
were no recipes. Food was just made by testing, taste, improvising, and asking around.
The cooking gameplay specifically was a big challenge for us. Most cooking games that we know take a lot of the physical elements of cooking, like chopping an onion or flipping a pan, and turn those into actual gameplay mechanics. This didn't really fit the theme and the story of Venba, and that's where the damaged recipe book idea came to fruition. We thought that a puzzle-based cooking game made for a much more compelling and appropriate gameplay mechanic.
I feel like I need to speed this video up 1.25 speed a little bit.
I wanted the sound effects to be really realistic and reminiscent of a South Asian kitchen.
Take their time.
I recorded like the dishware that we use, some utensils, just items from the kitchen.
Nice.
But that also involves a lot of recording of actual cooking. I wanted the sounds to be very nostalgic.
I hope you clean the fuzzy mic. Oh gosh.
I wanted this emotional impact to come across through sound.
The music in this game, it primarily comes from an in-game radio influenced by Tamil movies and music that were a huge part of my life growing up, and we took a lot of effort to make sure that the songs sound like something you would hear back home when you would turn the radio on. It was the hardest thing for me to choose what recipes get showcased in the game. It's impossible to do justice to the wide range of dishes and cuisines that we have. Instead, I just focused on what recipes would make for fun gameplay puzzles and what ingredients would this family have living in Toronto.
Even though the story of Venba is pretty firmly rooted in Tamil culture, we think it hits on some pretty universal themes. The influences for this game, it primarily draws from the stories of the families that I see here, especially the relationship between first-generation parents and their children.
Yeah, it's like...
We're hoping that in the future we'll keep being able to tell these kinds of intimate stories through gameplay. You know, maybe it'll make you want to call your mother in the end.
2 years ago, the game Plague Tale Innocence invited audiences into the world of Amicia, a teenage girl living in 14th century France. As Amicia, you had to use courage and cunning to protect your 5-year-old brother Hugo from soldiers of the French Inquisition, swarms of rats carrying the Black Plague, and the supernatural evil coursing through Hugo's veins. Now, Amicia and Hugo are back in a new adventure called A Plague Tale Requiem.
See what you have.
Get ready for hand-to-hand battles on ruined castles, thrilling adventures on the high seas, and yes, more rats than ever.
Wah! Likely mature 17.
He doesn't deserve this.
Qui est Asobo en fait? Asobo, on est un studio de développement indépendant. On l'est depuis le début et depuis toujours. Au départ, c'est 12 passionnés qui fondent le studio
I mean, most certainly I did not play it yet. That is certainly a definitive thing I did not do.
Projets incroyables comme Microsoft Flight Simulator et Plague Tale Requiem par exemple.
Is it? The bite, yes. They've locked the arena down. They let them die here. It's starting all over again.
Plague Tale, c'est notre bébé à nous, c'est en tant que studio indépendant, c'est la première fois qu'on se lançait vraiment dans quelque chose de personnel, d'intime. On a commencé vraiment de la feuille blanche au départ. Donc on voulait un jeu d'aventure, un third person action adventure. Et on s'est dit qu'en fait notre meilleure chance c'était de partir de notre spécificité de français en fait. On est dans un pays chargé d'histoire, Bordeaux est chargé d'histoire, on vit tous les jours dans des murs qui ont plusieurs centaines d'années. Et c'est quelque chose qu'on manipule avec justesse, et ce qui nous a permis de donner au jeu une identité vraiment forte et de s'écarter un peu du côté heroic fantasy et d'aller dans quelque chose de plus cru, qui correspond exactement à la nécessité de construire une histoire qui s'ancrait dans le réel pour mieux partir dans le fantastique et dans l'émotionnel quand c'était nécessaire.
I don't know what's happening to me, Lucas. I feel
You're going through puberty, it's fine.
Une grande sœur, un petit frère, c'est quelque chose qui
résonne en
nous, qui va parler un peu à tout le monde. Et donc ça a été vraiment le point de départ. Hugo et Amicia, ça a été les premiers personnages qui sont nés.
Amicia, la grande sœur, et sa manière d'appréhender un petit frère dont elle n'avait pas la charge et où tout d'un coup elle va en avoir toute la responsabilité. Hugo, qui est un jeune enfant qui ignore tout du monde et en réalité est chargé d'un pouvoir et qui le dépasse. Et comment ce duo va grandir ensemble et réaliser l'histoire beaucoup plus grande qu'eux qui est en train de se réaliser, dont ils sont les acteurs.
Larger than life tale, you know?
It's bleeding again.
It's bleeding.
Yes, we should fix that before it gets infected.
Just dunk your head into the river.
Amicia, donc c'est une jeune fille, c'est pas une guerrière, donc le gameplay de Plague, c'est un gameplay plus orienté sur l'infiltration et la survie. Le but étant toujours d'être plus malin que ses ennemis pour survivre, que ce soit les rats ou des ennemis humains. Après, Amicia, il y a des moments où elle va devoir combattre, elle va devoir faire face, donc avoir des phases plus orientées action, plus orientées combat. Toutes ces phases-là construisant un rythme narratif qui vient servir l'évolution du personnage, donc son rapport à la violence, son rapport au monde, à chaque fois est nourri par la variété de ses séquences. Le contexte de la peste était intéressant parce qu'il était vecteur d'émotions et de danger pour les enfants.
Speaking of call,
mais incarner une maladie, c'est jamais très évident, surtout dans un jeu vidéo où on doit avoir une adversité et pouvoir lutter contre quelque chose. Donc on a utilisé la représentation la plus symbolique de la peste, qui était les rats. Ça faisait une belle incarnation de la maladie, mais pour que ce soit impressionnant et qu'on ait cette sensation de propagation, il en fallait des milliers. Il fallait qu'on ait ces rats qui se déversent dans les champs, dans les forêts, pour montrer la maladie qui progresse et qui ravage tout sur son passage. Donc les rats sont une version amplifiée d'une maladie qui se propage. C'est à la fois une menace mais un outil pour Amicia, c'est-à-dire que grâce à ses outils à elle-même, elle va pouvoir utiliser les rats pour progresser parfois. Mais souvent, elle va devoir faire face aussi pour trouver un moyen de les traverser sans se faire dévorer. On écrit nos chapitres un peu comme des épisodes. Cette impulsion qu'on a quand on regarde une série, la retranscrire en jeu vidéo, c'était essentiel pour nous.
C'est une technique d'écriture assez large. C'est vraiment une architecture globale qui vient rythmer tout le jeu, et bien sûr la narration vient se coller à ça au plus près. Alors chaque fois avec des challenges différents, parce que sur les phases d'exploration, on a toute la liberté au niveau des dialogues, etc. Parce qu'on sait que dès que le joueur va rentrer dans une phase de combat, là il va être beaucoup plus focalisé sur ce qu'il est en train de faire. Donc c'est à nous de pondérer, de se dire ok, ce qui est important, on va aller le raconter plutôt ici. Là, on va laisser faire le gameplay, et donc tout ça se fait avec Kevin. Enfin voilà, c'est une discussion qui est permanente.
It's just like a mini documentary at this point of their previous game.
Évoluer le jeu autour de ça.
You should sit down. Oh, so that's all you have to say?
It's all you have to say.
Come on.
Come on. Come on.
You can do better than that. You have a whole garrison here. Why don't you really let yourself go? Stop. No. Do you see the situation we're in?
Oh, I like the voice crack.
We were just supposed to get herbs.
Faire plein de projets nous a obligés d'avoir des outils à la fois à la pointe de la technologie, mais très modulables. Et le fait d'avoir par exemple notre équipe engine à la maison, ça nous permet d'aller les voir directement et de dire on a un challenge relatif au jeu qu'on est en train de développer et il nous faut un moyen de le solutionner et ça permet d'atteindre des prouesses comme par exemple les gigantesques hordes de rats qu'on voit déferler sur les villes dans les trailers ou des choses comme ça.
Wow.
Mais après, on a vu aussi nos faiblesses à certains endroits, notamment, puisque il a fallu s'en rendre compte, hein, les cinématiques qui demandaient une logistique très lourde. Donc en fait, on a vraiment investi sur un studio motion capture et qui nous a permis d'avoir une énorme flexibilité en termes de tournage.
Okay, now that's the child. Okay, pretty interesting.
I don't know what's happening to me, Lucas.
Don't show that.
I feel my mind going.
Just show it from afar, film it from afar. We don't need the
notre compositeur, c'est quelqu'un qui amène énormément de choses dans le jeu, et donc il arrive, il a plein d'idées. Et là, on parle vraiment d'émotion, on parle vraiment de comment colorer des scènes, donc avec de la musique.
Et il y a des moments où il nous sort des compositions incroyables. Et on regarde le level en face ou la séquence en face, on se dit tiens, c'est super ce qu'il a fait, mais nous on n'est pas au niveau du coup. Donc il va falloir se battre un peu pour remonter nos trucs et accompagner sa musique parce que ça marche dans les deux sens.
L'amour vis-à-vis de nos personnages, c'est une chose qu'on ressent nous au quotidien. Et moi, je sais que dans le travail d'écriture, c'est quelque chose qui est fondamental. On veut rien faire gratuitement. On sait que le jeu peut être très noir, très dur, mais il y a toujours une raison à ça. Ça suit vraiment une forme de logique.
À chaque fois qu'on écrit quelque chose ou qu'on réalise quelque chose pour Requiem, quand ça sonne faux ou quand ça passe pas, on sait que Hugo ou Amicia nous disent non, j'aurais pas dit ça, j'aurais pas agi comme ça. Et donc c'est amusant parce qu'ils font le jeu avec nous en fait un peu.
Would His Majesty allow us to enter the city by his side? I allow.
Requiem. Get a new title.
When Cuphead came out in 2017, the first thing people noticed was the distinctive cartoon art style inspired by the golden age of American animation.
Where are you filming this?
Drawn by hand. Now,
in the construction site?
With a new adventure called Delicious Last Course, with a whole bunch of new enemies and ways to die, and a new heroine named Ms. Chalice. So, if
is
you
it really pronounced that way? The same as the drug? Because I always assumed like it was pronounced differently. But well, whatever. The English language is truly a weird one. Very loose roots.
After the first game released, we had that itch to go back and revive some of the material that landed on the cutting room floor.
Look at it. Looks nice. Leave no stone unturned. I mean, leave those stones that you have not turned.
The Delicious Last Course
and then you turn them now.
More fantastical cartoon action. It's a true second helping of screen-filling, boss battles, imaginative stages, and new powers. This new adventure and expansion lets us really give Ms. Chalice a chance to shine. We had always envisioned her playing a really important role as part of the main trio of heroes. This was our opportunity to further explore animation, music, gameplay homages, all of which we didn't get to in the first game. The origin of the original Cuphead character, we probably went through about 300 concepts. We began brainstorming in the 1930s tradition of giving inanimate objects faces and personalities.
Does he need to wipe
really wanted to create a central character that could
thank
sit
God they did not go with that.
Some of the iconic joyful heroes we loved growing up, like Felix the Cat and Mickey and Bimbo. And then one day we just had one of those amazing aha moments when a loose sketch of a silhouette of a cup and a straw began to take form that would eventually become Cuphead. Having the chance to re-explore this world, to make something special for our fans while taking our time on the little details and making sure we're getting them just right. In so many ways, Cuphead, game and character, has been with our
It's always nice to hear more about Cuphead.
Changes. These characters have become like children of sorts, and getting a chance to take them on a new adventure to close this chapter of their story is just really
I wonder
exciting.
what it's like to wear that. I truly wonder. Like if you fall, like would you be able to get back up while wearing that thing?
"2016's Oxenfree introduced the supernatural coming-of-age story of a teenage girl named Alex and her friends celebrating the end of a school year.
I mean, just to let you guys know, I did not pay that much for my webcam.
And accidentally opening a ghostly rift.
I have the receipts.
Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals brings us a different kind of coming-of-age story, one about Riley in her 30s facing the choices she made as a young adult and figuring out what comes next. This is Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals.
Welcome, welcome. First, we're gonna have a little fun tonight, folks.
I have not played the first Oxenfree, so this is a bit. Like, it's not this. The first game I know for sure that it's not this dark straight out the gate. You know, Oxenfree takes its time a little bit.
Ah, bit of a leap there. We could climb down here. Also, it might take a little longer.
Down here.
I just don't think we can make the gap.
I can make it, probably.
Can you? Because.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
Get a head start first.
Riley! What
Good
I
God.
think has allowed Oxenfree to have such a long life in the hearts of our players
Get back
are
a bit
these
and
characters.
you run
All
and
about
then
the
you jump.
characters.
The characters
You
of
probably would have
Oxenfree
made it.
are intended to feel like people that you would know.
You're invested in their well-being.
The issues that
Oh,
they
yes, my
deal
webcam.
with are ones
It's
that everybody can relate to.
116
What does
ringgit
it
I
mean
paid
to lose
for.
somebody that you love?
And
What
5
does it
cents,
mean
but who's counting?
to be entering a new moment of your life that you're totally
116
unprepared
ringgit.
for? It's open-ended enough
Converted
that you can always ask
to
yourself, what would I do
USD?
in this situation?
Watch your step. I don't think this was meant for tourists.
Yeah, $26.35. It'd be at the
sort of pretty, in a way.
$26.36.
It's amazing.
Because of the
Another
5
life
cents.
I would have been a geologist.
5 Malaysian cents.
Or took at least an intro to geology course, you know?
Oxenfree is a game about some really relatable characters, but put in
So yeah, I paid
crazy,
$26
unrelatable situations.
Riley's from
27 on a bad day,
And
you know,
unlike Alex
if you
and
get
her
it.
friends in Oxenfree,
$27
Riley's gonna have
basically.
the best time growing up in this area.
Where's his
First
webcam?
game, really tight
Not bad.
kind of focus on a few classmates. This game is about Riley coming home and interacting with Jacob, who is somebody who she went to high school with.
Spoilery? I
dealing
feel like
with
it's
her
spoilery.
father, dealing with
Because
a
the
whole
way they
host of
talk
new
about
characters that are
Riley is
along
like
this
we've been
coast.
with her for a
If you
good chunk of
well
time.
enough, you can walk to and from practically any point in town completely underground.
Have you been down here before?
But maybe it is
personally
just a new
No.
character, and
Some
I'm
of the
just
kids do.
not getting
or
it.
Did in high school. They'd crawl in here, light a fire, make out or whatever. But I'm too little a fan of small, dark spaces to really see the desire.
I'm really looking forward to people playing with Jacob, who is their kind of main counterpart throughout the game.
You take a look at Jacob. He's got this questionable facial hair. He's got the hipster hat.
Funny how
Questionable
just a little
facial
light
hair?
makes everything
Let me
go
take a
less
look.
and more spooky. Weird, right?
And his animation also gave him that laid-back kind of, hey, I'm just hanging out here in the woods, not being creepy.
Jacob actually has direct ties to the.
You're giving a
events
lot
of
of time to
Oxenfree
this.
1,
Like, this is a
particularly the
high-profile
history
game,
of
apparently.
Maggie Adler. Maggie was the woman that first
It's
kind
not
of
that
discovered
bad.
what radios could do.
Just
She
have a
was the one who's
low-hanging
kind of tied to
beard.
the events that really kicked off the whole story.
And a bomber hat isn't necessarily a hipster hat.
Yes.
Well, it is a hipster hat. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, he's a weirdo.
The cool thing about the radio is that it opens up
a whole different axis of exploration to the player. It's not just exploring Edwards Island as a space, it's exploring Edwards Island as an infinite number of kind of radio frequencies. Certain objects in the game
certainly not what I want to show
certain frequencies
on stream. Last thing I want to show on stream is Twitter.
Hey, it worked! I think. I mean, we're not dead.
The alternate timelines in the Oxenford universe are really interesting because it allows the player to
skip this
explore
because
the
I feel like I'm
possibility of
spoiling
going back and
myself.
changing the past.
Let's just boop a bit right there. It's all gonna be fine.
It's gonna be much less about some localized little thing in this town, and it's more about the fabric of time and space kind of melting down.
I mean, look, when you're messing with the time-space continuum, that's just a bad idea.
Riley, come in, Riley. Can you hear me? Riley? Riley, are you there?
Cool. All right.
In Immortality, created by Sam Barlow, full transparency, I'm a huge fan of his previous games, Her Story and Telling Lies. You don't just find one, you find three unreleased films spanning over 3 decades, and they all star Marissa Marcel, who has since disappeared. So,
also, I just noticed her. This person's necklace is connected to your dress.
This is Immortality.
All right, interesting. Now this this is Anna Taylor-Joy.
First heard about Marissa
a little bit of
Marcel
Anna Taylor-Joy and
2015. I was at a party in Hong Kong, and I was listening in to these old guys, writers,
Gwen
producers
Stefani? No.
in the 70s. They were swapping war stories, gossiping, and one of them brings up the story of Marissa
Scarlett
Marcel.
Johansson. That's what I think. A
This
little bit of
actress
Anna
shoots 3
Taylor-Joy
movies over
and a
3
little bit of
decades,
Scarlett Johansson. This
and
actress.
none of the movies ever comes out. I was interested, and after the party, I went home and I Googled and found very little of anything online, but I was intrigued, so I continued to dig and attempted to find something more concrete.
Now, we know you from the movie that you just finished shooting. It is finished, right?
Yeah, it's finished.
Yeah. If you don't know, it's a bit of a fairy tale. So Arthur Fisher, the
This
greatest
looks
director,
authentic,
who
you know.
probably know from his
Now
movies
most
such as
of
Marion
these like
and,
old
The Man
timey,
Who
they
Dreamed,
try to look
was
old
casting
timey,
for his new
and they
movie,
don't come in
Ambrosia.
enough.
And so instead of casting a recognizable
So it just
face, he
often
wanted
it
to
looks
find some
like
fresh talent. So
it's
he
shot
put
with
the
a
word
modern
out and
camera
saw
in
how many was
4K,
it,
but he just added a little
10,000?
bit of a filter to it.
Over 20,000.
20,000.
This looks.
He saw 20,000 girls, and long story short,
This looks like
he
it
picked
could
you.
Yes.
show in
years
like
ago, we were
the 80s,
approached
except
by
for
an
a fashion
anonymous
sense.
donor who handed over this huge cache of film. In it was footage from rehearsals, behind-the-scenes B-roll, and completed shots from the shoots. As far as we can tell, this is everything that remains of the 3 Marissa Marcel movies.
Before I go, I would like some token of our friendship.
You could have walked away from this. We brainstormed how best to use this footage, how to make it available to the world. So first we very carefully cleaned and scanned all of the
Wait,
film.
they're actual
digitizing
films? They're actual
everything.
things? Oh.
But there were enough gaps where we weren't able to cut full movies.
So we took some of the ideas from my earlier games, Her Story and Telling Lies, the idea of a more exploratory way of viewing film stories, and we built on that.
Speak up!
We created a virtual movieola, a way of looking through the footage as if you were back in the editing suite with Arthur Fisher or John Durick. And to build on this idea, we came up with a new mechanic, a kind of visual concordance.
Does this work as a confession?
Exploration by match cut.
Good work.
So these aren't actual
at any
films.
point, you can stop
Alright,
and
I
point
think
to
so.
an image,
I don't think.
an actor, a prop, and the system will
It's the
create a
concept
match
of the
cut
game.
to
Sorry,
another piece of
I'm not
footage with
really
that
paying
image.
attention.
Now it's worth more.
So you kind of surf through the footage in a way, following a breadcrumb trail of visuals, creating your own montage. It's both expressive and exploratory, like the best of video games. When you have a situation like this, where no one really knows Boris and Marcel,
much as I find
tend to
this person's games interesting, it tends to be pretty tedious.
I would not use the word haunted.
Do you ever wish you lived in a simpler, safer, more optimistic time? Trevor Hill does. He lives in Arcadia,
in ways we are living in that
in the
time.
1970s, where
You're
the future
definitely
seems brighter
living
than
in a
ever.
simpler,
Like the other citizens
more
of
safe
Arcadia, he is a
time
contestant on a
than
reality show
our
where viewers are secretly
ancestors
judging
did.
his every move.
Right? We have a
When
lot
Trevor
more to
learns
go,
the
but
truth from a rogue
I think
technician, he
we're
goes on the run.
doing
But
pretty
how
fine.
do you escape in a world where
Improvements to be
everyone is
made, of
always
course.
watching?
En American Arcadia, nada es lo que parece.
Oh,
Now,
yes.
in its 55th
More
season,
of American Arcadia.
American Arcadia.
Y es que Arcadia es en realidad el reality show más visto del planeta y está gobernado por rankings de popularidad.
Control subject on the run on camera 4025. Interrupt broadcast
I mean,
immediately.
shouldn't the guy on who's on the run have the most ratings? I guess that's why you have to stop it. Everyone would be running away.
Para
Oh,
nuestro
okay.
protagonista Trevor, que vive una vida simple, aburrida y feliz, esto es un problema.
Life was mundane.
Y cuando descubre la verdad, tendrá que
Oh
escapar
no!
de Arcadia.
Stop immediately.
Stop immediately.
Por otro lado está Ángela, es el ángel de la guarda de Trevor. Es una hacker dispuesta a todo con tal de salvar a una persona normal, por el mero hecho de hacer el bien.
Is having a nose like a requirement for like something being fuckable? Just a hypothetical question, no relation towards the game. Just wondering to myself.
Uno de los puntos fuertes de American Arcadia es la dualidad entre Ángela y Trevor. Y eso también se ha intentado transmitir en cierta manera al game.
Get over that crane, Trevor, quick!
The crane?
Yes, trust me!
Oh no.
He's just... The police officer is like, oh, yeah.
Tenemos dos tipos de gameplay totalmente diferentes.
Go around like the other dude.
Tenemos el side-scroller en 2.5D con acción y plataformeo, persecuciones y, como no, puzzles. Por otro lado, tenemos la jugabilidad.
Oh, nice. Yes. I thought it was just a cutscene, but it's the actual gameplay. All right.
Sigilo y hacking, usando siempre los puzzles como parte central de la jugabilidad.
All the videos are uploaded and playing the loops. I can enter the server room now.
Why did
bueno,
it
para
be so
American Arcadia,
small?
las referencias más
Gosh, I can barely see it.
son el show de Truman, la fuga de Logan, el prisionero y alguna.
I hope it's better than Logan's
Lo
run.
cierto es que muchos de los miembros del equipo nacimos y crecimos durante la década de los 70, por lo que no hemos tenido que ir muy lejos
Yes, I can see
a la
that.
hora de buscar inspiración y referencias visuales, puesto que
I
la
can
mayoría
definitely
las
see that.
llevamos ya dentro de nuestros propios recuerdos. Muchos de los programas de televisión, series, concursos, etcétera, que veíamos en nuestra niñez, pues están presentes de alguna manera en American Arcadia. Una visión bastante brillante y colorida de lo que serían los años 70. Los personajes, los ambientes, incluso el mobiliario.
Yep, they're very 70s.
Esta versión utópica y bastante kitsch de una ciudad de los años 70.
I love it. You know, anything 70s, like sci-fi that looks like 70s, that has a 70s aesthetic, I'm in.
Siempre me gusta tener un tema principal para el juego y diferentes leitmotivs para los diferentes personajes que se van uniendo en una única banda sonora donde se van mezclando y representarán los dos mundos, tanto el de los 70 como el del futuro, mezclando elementos electrónicos y orquestales.
Hey,
Interesting,
I can't see anything in here.
Jeez, man, just hug your teddy bear real tight while I try to turn on the lights, okay? Okay, is that better? Now, let's try to find a way out of here.
Don't show
Trevor,
them.
Are you wheezing? You're in terrible shape, man. Did you get any exercise at all?
No, not since PE in high school. Because of my metabolism, I
So
don't
it's
usually
always
gain weight,
funny.
so I don't usually do
He's like, yeah, he's
I'm not
doing
here to
a
judge
bang
your
up
lifestyle or
job, a good
dietary
job,
habits.
but like
Just
I can't.
save your breath and keep going.
In American Arcadia, what we want to tell is that you don't need to live just for getting likes on social networks. Just do the things that make you happy. You don't need to care about what the others think.
Oh, New York City, just skip away from my place. That was a brief, that was a sudden stop. Wow, just like the start. That was very sudden.
Welcome back to IGN Summer of Gaming. The festivities continue tomorrow, but right now, we'd like to let the good times roll. Freedom Games is a publisher founded in 2020 that was built on the very notion of partnership, supporting independent developers and helping them get their games made.
Isn't it
in partnership
the
with Freedom
norm?
Games, IGN is proud to present a showcase of all the upcoming games they've got in the works. Enjoy.
Don't know about their font choice when it comes to their
make a video game.
video game.
Everyone wants to do that.
You really want to make fictional worlds. You really want to make your own universe.
So we decided to leave everything.
What started off as kind of a passion project turned into having a small staff and full funding.
There's a lot of firsts here in this project.
We knew it was like kind of way more than we could handle, but if we just work hard and put our minds to it and make the game we want to make, we think we can be super successful.
Sure, buddy. Let's see the game. Okay, I think the world premiere transition is pretty cute.
Good
Heavens
Heavens is a cozy open-world sandbox crafting game with procedural map generation and storytelling. The player's goal is to improve their base and character while exploring a rich world with different biomes, races, cultures, and cities. We offer a unique dynamic class system for co-op multiplayer, enabling various playstyles. It's possible to play a game as a fighter, farmer, cook, miner, trader, or even as a card player. Each player in multiplayer can play individually within the team. Some of them are exploring, slaying monsters, and doing quests from the cities. Others are building the base, farming and taming animals. Traders are building roads and trying to find unique resources from other cities. The team events gather the team together.
Yeah, okay, besides the art style, I think this is a pretty generic type of
The world of Good Heavens is created procedurally.
base building,
Moreover, the races, the
this type
cities,
of
and their cultures,
expansion
also the
type of
history
game.
the city with its neighbors and their
Yeah, I
behaviors
think
are
like
procedural as well. Players might come across
connecting
wild
to
combinations.
the different
Town of
cultures and
Nudist
stuff
elves
is
are radical
pretty
and
interesting. I
aggressive
think
as
it
part of
will
their
be.
behavior, so they're attacking anyone who enters their town with their clothes on. Another random combination could be
Okay.
BDSM-loving vampires or hippie werewolves.
All right.
It's a comedy game, and we do everything with that in mind. Once we create the world,
So
with
the
its
things
towns,
surrounding
cultures, and history, the
what
world will start
it
interacting
truly
with
is
itself.
pretty unique,
The cities will start
but
evolving
it doesn't
according to
stop
their
it from
cultures
being a
and their respective
game,
technology path. They trade with other
like a
cities
base
and
building,
harness resources from their
city
environment.
town
If
expansion
the
type
player
of
gives
game.
them the tech, they will continue their evolution. They will make new buildings. With those buildings, they will make new weapons, and eventually they will attack their rival city and destroy it. A single action by the player can lead to enormous outcomes. If you're watching this, then it means we want you on board as well. So jump in. What are you waiting for?
Me? Little old me. So I need to increase the volume just a little bit. Nowhere Studios and Freedom Games.
I would say that it's an endless comedy engine that you can play forever. You
Alright.
can play Good Heavens in a casual way or in a hardcore way. It's up to you. The game has a
Definitely
massive
casual.
scale map. We have different biomes and we have different resources and animals and monsters on each of these biomes. And we have also this NPC and
there's
city
potential.
layer on top of this. So you
Not
can
to say
build
there's
your
no
own base
there's no
and
redeeming
trade between
qualities
those
about this
base
game. There are
designs
certainly a
and
lot. The
try
quirky
to
nature
find
of it all,
balance
the art
in this
style,
world in the end. And
the
every time you
designs of
start
the
game, there's a new challenge waiting for
The
you.
characters, so it's offbeat, a little bit of
them start as
Adventure Time,
more
but a
developed
little bit of
city,
its own thing.
And they go into a small town, and then they become a larger town, and then they become a city.
Oh, it's like more Flapjack than Adventure Time.
Metropoles, but in order to arrive into that latest stage, they need to find all the resources that specific culture is requiring to evolve. You're trying to find out what's going on. You get quests from them, and then for yourself, you try to improve your base, improve your character. So you kill some monsters, you hunt for some animals, and you craft some things for your base.
Into these types of games, I don't think this will like suddenly make you
find that
more
these
interested
races
in
and cultures
them.
are different from the previous game, and there's some kind of a new story.
All right, that's
in between
interesting.
them. That's the procedural part of the game. These cities will have different ambitions. They will have different relationships with each other, and you will find different quests in each time you restart the game.
Okay.
It enables you to tell different stories every time you restart the game.
It has
We
potential.
don't want a linear game that's the same every time you play. I mean, the magic of procedural generation is to give you a different
You guys like
challenge
that
every
sound?
time. So you're building your character, and you might try to build a farmer character, for example, or a warrior character, or a trader character. Starting with the biomes, each of these biomes can hold different races, and each of these races can have different cultures. Depending on those cultures, they have different buildings and classes in those cities. So those guys you can trade with, take quests from, and just go into some dialogues with them and try to find out about the rest of the world. So depending on how you start the game, single player or 3-player or 7-player, the difficulty of the game will change. Our procedural generation works quite well. I was afraid that it wouldn't be
Fine, quite
easy
well.
to handle
I really
a huge
need
map like
specifics
this.
here.
It would create some problems. The second thing is the combat system we are developing right now.
Alright.
Is somehow better than many of these current multiplayer.
Alright,
crafting
okay.
games, I would say. It's been around a year since we started
I mean, he's
working
pretty
on
serious
the
about
early
that.
concepts and research about the procedural
Was that a
generation.
Sandman?
It took us
graphic
some
novel
time
at the end there?
to overcome some of these technical challenges. We're not the first overcoming those, but it took some time nonetheless.
Just coming soon. Yeah, yeah, alright. Yeah, all their world premieres are tailor-made. Or like, at least
Legends
they're
tell of a golden time
games
in
that they want
years
to show.
past of great clashes, heroes,
Pretty
and
good.
triumphs.
Put a lot of effort into those. Just those, like, tiny little things. That's impressive. So, oh boy. Oh. No, it's like Tank Wars or whatever.
Hey everybody, Phil, lead designer for Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga. 6 years ago, we set
That's
out
a nice
to
way to
create a
introduce
brand new strategy
someone
RPG series.
simple,
And today we're finally ready to announce
but
the
effective,
first title's
you know?
official launch date. And
It
that
adds
launch
character.
date is right now, today. Please go check it out at the Steam store. RPG fans, we think you're going to love this one. I want to send out a special thank you
I think
to
they will.
everyone who
I
saw and
certainly think
supported
they
our
will.
development along the way, and to everyone who gives it a try, we hope you enjoy playing it as much as we enjoy creating it. My name is Phil, and I am the co-founder of Dancing Dragon Games. Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga, is the first in a strategy game series that we are developing.
So every game will
It
have
is
like
a political war drama. Your protagonist is
a trailer,
an Imperial Army
a
officer.
pitch,
Some shocking
and
events happen.
a
You get framed for
presentation
murder,
from
and
the
you have to clear
developers
your name.
themselves.
There's so many twists and turns, and you saving the world as you do in these games.
Well, it depends. I mean,
love
how
to
many games are we
tinker. I love
talking
to
here?
Experiment. I want to be able to
Whoa,
set this
pet
up and then
phone,
auto battle.
stay.
I want to have a little bit
How
more
many games are we
automation,
talking here, you know?
And Symphony of War delivers that exactly. It's turn-based, and the bulk of your micromanagement is done before you go into a mission or a chapter in a
That's
home-based
a nice,
sequence.
that's a very
And
nice
I love
portrait.
that. In the home-based
Not
space,
portrait,
you will
landscape.
be able to buy
Background.
stuff, and that's, you know, hire conscripts or mercenaries.
Art.
You can buy artifacts at the shop. You'll be able to tech up. You can go into the support conversations.
I thought
and,
that
you know,
dude
have
had
the
a
characters interact with
horn.
each other, react to the events of the
I
world.
mean, he
Do
looks
friendships,
horny.
Bonds, which is love and romance, and family.
Love and
phase
romance
is the
family.
other half.
Alright, they got their
Your
bases
squads that you
covered.
built are plopped down into a map.
Very
Boom,
interesting.
That's my army. That's my setup. It's beautiful. Mission go. So we've got open terrain, which includes your plains, your roads, grassland, stuff like that. And you've got your rough terrain, what's your woods, your swamp, your townscapes. You have your squads, and you've painstakingly made their formation, chosen their class, chosen their leader, their traits, their artifacts, and you send them in, and you go, and then you sit back and watch.
Alright.
The enemy is pretty clever in this game, I gotta say. Hats off to my programmer for that.
Oh gosh. Not too smart, I
So,
hope.
I love the classes. There's heavy infantry, heavy cavalry, light infantry, archery, firearms, magicians, support, and dragons. You start at tier 1, and then the ultimate is your tier 4. You start as a piddly little guy with leather
The little
armor.
sprites are
You upgrade
pretty
to a
good.
guy that's a little
They
bit
look-
cooler. Now he has full plate armor.
They look
And then
like
you upgrade
something
again
you
to a
would
guy
see
that's
in like a
really decked out in
an actual
awesome,
game
like,
back in the day.
gilded armor. Out of 50 classes, I think we've done a really good job of getting a really big wealth of pixel art that we can use, and it's beautiful and very well animated.
I can
Yeah,
vouch
class
for
system
that. It looks very
freaking
good.
There's things that will shock you, and there are things that will surprise you, and things that will
Oh, gosh.
delight you, and things that will crush you. It's just very visceral.
The world setting and the characters and the history, it's all years and years in the making. I want this game to really convey that it is an expression of myself. I know how magical that feels to kind of be whisked away into a fantasy world.
Trust me, it's awesome.
Alright. Retreat to Enin.
There was a time when we forgot who we are. We were ungrounded and destroyed our world in the name of greed.
Sounds pretty
But
poggers.
now, we remember.
I expected no less from our magnificent race of human beings.
We are not in control of nature, but we are part of it. The world is our healer, and we are grateful. We are grounded by the air we breathe, and seek balance with nature.
Okay, so what's the spin here? This looks like a survival game, yes. But what's the hook? You can meditate?
From the universe. We are an awareness of ourselves.
So you're not
Every
merely
grain of
creating like...
sand, every forgotten star in the night
Whoa!
sky,
It's crazy.
and every ray of life-giving energy is part of us.
So I'm guessing we'll like... Is this like a...
You are here to
Green
survive,
punk?
and
Solar
you are
punk
here
type of
to
game?
find this wisdom. There is a stillness waiting for you. Go and find
That
it.
looks like my villa.
Retreat to NN.
Hidden. Okay, alright, so is there gonna be like an explanation on why it is the way it is? The art behind it?
My name is Justin Hosford. I'm the founder of Head West Studio, and we're making a game called Retreat to Enin. Retreat to Enin is first and foremost a survival game with a more relaxing angle to it and a little bit of mindfulness.
All right,
mixed
okay.
in.
Much more, a little bit more
I was
casual.
trying to
All
make
right.
a Zen kind of experience, and I'd never seen that in a video game before as a core mechanic. Your abilities in the game are attached to your spirit level. If your spirit
So
level
that's what it
drains,
is, huh?
your health starts to drain, and you lose the ability to do things like light a fire, craft items, sprint, hold your breath underwater for very long. So you need to keep your spirit level up in order to be more effective at survival. And the way that you keep your spirit level raised is through meditation. Meditation's had a profound
Meditation in the
effect on my
snow?
life.
Cold ass
Seems
snow?
like something that maybe the world could use even more of now. And if this little game
Meditation.
can help even one
The
person
world
achieve
could
that, I
use a
think
little
that
bit more
it's reached
meditation.
its goal.
Putin, if you're hearing this, Putin, Zelensky, both of you, please take a step back and just meditate for a while, you know?
For years, I was a film and television composer. Because of that, I was able to focus a lot of energy on the score
Justin
of this game.
Hosford, eh?
And I didn't want to just do the obvious chill Zen music. You know, I wanted to make something emotional, even sad at times. I tried to make it, I guess, as connecting and beautiful as I possibly
That Noon, How I Survived, The Zombie Apocalypse, Close Encounters of the Fifth
connects
Kind,
people to nature.
Missing
What we've done is
411,
made a very
The
lush,
Hunted.
full, rich environment. It's not procedurally generated, so every path you take, every valley you walk into, every corner you turn, I tried to make it have its own personality.
What? A thriller
On the
music?
main island of
What?
Enin, the tropical island, there's going to be creeks,
IMDb page.
ponds, surrounded by a huge ocean. And when you go into the redwoods, that's a much larger area. If the player's going to get lost, that's where that's going to happen. The majesty of seeing an elk or a wolf roaming around the
Kill
Arctic
that thing.
level just looks really cool. All in all, I think that they're very immersive environments. I kind of want this to be a game where people get lost sometimes. There isn't a map or a compass. All you have
Okay,
is
oh
an
my
icon
gosh.
on the last place that you slept. The player's going to kind of have to watch where they're going and just keep an eye on where things are. You got to get out there. You have to explore.
But you know, it's handmade. And,
There's a variety of animals to hunt.
He got
in all
that
three
pretty
biomes,
early.
like
That was
deer,
pretty awkward.
elk. There are wolves in the game, and we have gill net fishing. Basically, everything is gathered. You don't cut down trees in this game. You can collect the wood off the ground, the scrap wood and driftwood, and turn that into a beautiful wooden structure with the technology. There is no wasted item in the collection system. Everything has a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hope
Interesting.
and a dream that maybe someday the technology that we're developing can actually help us live closer to nature and not
It's
continue
nice.
removing us further from it. So it goes from kind of elementary, basic survival all the way up to building this huge dream retreat. Even when the player gets done with the story of the game, they have the option.
There's a story,
they
and
want
that's
to
what
at
I
any time
want.
return to
Like,
this
how long is the story,
huge
though?
base that they've built and continue meditating and just have this place they can go to relax anytime they want. I want this to be a game where people just escape to their second home away from home and just be in this
I'm
peaceful
meditating right now.
environment that they
That's why
use
I'm in
their
this relaxed
creativity to
position
build.
instead of, you know, sitting
And
normally.
they're a part of the environment and not destroying it.
It was a funky game. Uh-oh. See, the animations are really cute.
If you find this tape, I beg you, listen to it carefully. My name is Elise.
Hi, boy.
I recently settled in the village of St. Exel, a quiet and isolated place near the sea. But during the annual fair, something happened. Armed troops attacked the village and tried to kidnap us all.
Nothing out of the ordinary there.
I barely escaped, only to wake up completely alone. Stuck inside this place that doesn't feel like home anymore. I am starting to lose all sense of reality.
Too bad.
While I was investigating the village,
Interesting camera angles for a video game.
I discovered a deeply rooted sickness.
Do you really like their handheld?
When I started to sink into its
And their
abyss,
inverted color.
I was finally able to see more clearly.
Boom.
Because even if this place
Boom,
is
boom, boom,
constantly
boom.
challenging
Ah, my eyes. Holy shit.
it also keeps pushing me to question everything.
Yeah, this is probably why the
If
armed
by
troops are
chance
there.
anybody is listening,
Just
please come help
FYI.
me. I'm not going to last much longer.
US dollars and
It's now or never.
that currency. It has some intrigue to it.
Hello, I'm Melvinio, the studio director of Elsewhere Experience, the studio behind Broken Pieces. I am also the sound designer and audio director for the game. Broken Pieces is a game that's set in a coastal village in France. It's an adventure game where you play a character named Elise. There's like some kind of paranormal phenomenon.
It's like a paranormal stuff, so you know.
Our goal for the game was to really catch the attention of the player, and to do so we had to do something.
Okay, there's like a
inside
keyword.
a world that's
Keywords for every
very
game.
real, something that's tangible. You try and make the player believe in something, and then you switch their perspective. If everything is very realistic, then when you have things that are paranormal, they meet in the crosspoint with the realism. The player would question at first and then integrate inside its perspective of the world.
I feel like I'm learning
What
too
we
much.
really wanted the player to feel is the anxiety and loneliness that the main character Elise is feeling. Loneliness, it's a difficult sensation to communicate. There's actually only one character inside the game. You don't talk with anybody, you don't interact with other people. You don't have music. When you want to play music, you actually have to use the tape player inside the game.
Oh, interesting.
And I think that's what life is about too.
Life is
Sometimes
about
you
listening to
listen music because you want to
mixtapes
break this loneliness.
in your cassette player.
Because there's so many moments where you don't have music. You have to have this constant soundscape of what's surrounding you.
That's false. I always have my Spotify on 24/7, no matter what I'm doing.
All the environment
Taking a
were
shit.
done by my associate Benoit. He drew most of his
Having a wank.
references from the region we live in and from the places we see every day. Old architecture surrounding us that are not seen a lot inside the video game industry. We are very huge fan of puzzle games, of course, and puzzles are very interesting because they give you the opportunity to insert story inside it. They give you the opportunity to talk about things that interest you, and they give you the opportunity to use the world fully and the exploration.
Ooh,
and the space.
puzzles. I
Right.
like it.
The game is pretty unique. You know, the features there's inside it, the way we made things.
And
it's
the environments
very
are pretty, you
ours.
know.
We didn't
They
compromise
have
on
different
that.
environments, which are always
Thanks a lot
good.
for checking out Broken
I
Pieces
do
with
hope the
us,
pacing is
et on espère que vous serez
good
au rendez-vous.
too.
Merci.
It doesn't linger in a certain place for too long. 2022
Everybody,
quarter,
welcome aboard. I'm
third
Stefan,
quarter.
co-owner of Stellax Software, and this is our project, a minimalistic narrative game called Monorail Stories in a modern day
What?
fictional
No transition
setting.
for that?
So what's the
Lame.
game
Come
about?
on, where's
Well,
the chicken?
The game will star two different protagonists, Sylvie and Amal, who live in different cities and travel each day on the same monorail. But they never meet because they travel at different times and opposite directions. Along the way they will meet different people and make different choices, but they don't know they are sharing a common story. Because what one character does on his route has consequences on the road.
Ahmal, that's almost like my second name.
Makes will have repercussions. Every choice will bring the player to a different story and to a completely different ending. But what does this game have to offer? Well, so first, the game has a story mode with branching storylines and multiple endings. But we also want to offer something new and not common.
Sylvie, that's nothing like my name.
So we decided to add an innovative asynchronous multiplayer mode, where what one player does on his
Which
turn
mode?
will impact how the story plays out for the other player. And last but not least, we also want to offer a kind of endless story mode with new content
Ooh.
regularly. Okay, that was it.
Endless updates.
Thank you for traveling with us, and I hope you enjoyed this short first ride on the monorail.
I'm Stefano, welcome aboard. I'm co-owner of Static Software,
Ooh,
very small
zoom
husband and wife
background
game studio.
blur.
My wife, she's artistic director for the game, and this is our project.
I'm struggling.
A minimalistic.
I would say my wife, but in Borat accent.
Stories in a modern day pixel art.
Every time someone says my wife,
So
I
the
just
game will start
urge.
to different protagonists, Sylvie and Amal, who live in different cities.
My wife.
Travel each day on the same monorail, but they never meet because they travel at different times and opposite direction. So along the way they will meet different people, they will make different choices, but they don't know they are sharing a common
Ask
story.
about a scarf.
Because
why are you wearing a scarf, doofus?
Consequences on the road.
It's not even cold.
So basically every choice the player makes will have repercussions, and every choice will bring the player to a different story, to a completely different ending. We have around 10 different endings.
That's a lot of endings.
The funny thing is that each ending is so different one from the other. We're really surprised at the players. It was a huge challenge for us. Because
Alright,
we tried,
I like
different
choices.
ways to
I like making
manage all these
choices, and those choices
ads
have
the player
consequences
has,
to them.
And what we find out really to focus
Well, not in
on
real
the
life.
relationships.
I wish anything I do doesn't have negative
Our stories
consequences at
is
all.
really
But in a video
about
game, you know,
ordinary people,
I love it. I love it.
extraordinary everyday stories about commuting, human relations, and destiny waiting to be discovered. In a world where everybody's screaming so loud, we love to whisper. So we really want to give this kind of experience to players. The game not only can be played, of course, in single player, but we added this innovative asynchronous multiplayer mode for 2 players. Well, in the multiplayer mode, 2 different players take turns controlling the 2 main characters. It's cooperative, so we share the same experience, but the choices made by one player during his turn will impact how the story plays out for the other player. Be able to play with a friend of yours or with a complete stranger and share the journey together, knowing that your choices will impact somebody else's game.
This is a good co-op game then.
This multiplayer mode, you can play it online, or you can play it on Twitch. The streamer plays as one of the 2 main characters, and one of the viewers can join the game and play as the second character.
How does that
really
work?
Be able to participate.
Very
together,
interesting.
Play together with the stream.
Twitch
And
integration
often
for real,
in this
for real.
game, because we really believe
Oh,
that
oh,
adding the
man.
multiplayer mode to narrative games will really bring something new and fresh and exciting to the experience. It's really a minimalist.
Yeah, not
game.
many. Not
Yeah,
many.
simply characters can
Not many
be
that's coming to
left
mind. I
and
mean,
right,
like
have a button to interact.
narrative,
It's
Portal
very,
2.
very easy to play. It's really a game to enjoy. Our idea really came up from our daily commuting and trying to imagine what's the story behind all the passengers, all the other commuters. If I start talking with somebody of them, will my life change? Will their life change too? And it's really a game for pondering life that explore intense and touching stories. Simply enjoy.
I'm looking forward to it. Very interesting, and I don't know why Freedom Games didn't do a little intro to it, because it's a pretty neat look. Or did they do a little intro? I fucking did not. Right, little cute pixel game with dashing. Monster collecting. Okay. Yeah, it has that fake pixel art style. I mean, like 99% of the art is pixel graphics, but the pixel animations themselves.
My name is Reese. I'm the creator of Balance
Holy
Games.
shit.
I'm currently working on Monster Tribe.
Person who
which is
actually
an
has
open world
a
RPG.
good
It's a
camera.
monster catcher game in kind
That's
of like
insane.
a futuristic native tribe type of setting. What sets this game apart is we decided to go for more of a team-based battling combat, and so you actually use your entire team throughout all battles, and you have a lot of exploration elements that I
Yeah,
find maybe
I've
aren't
always
explored
wondered like
in
what would
most
happen if I
games.
just threw out all 6 of my Pokemon.
Through exploring the environment, you're going to come across a lot of secrets, whether that being treasure or resources or materials that you can use. There's 4
It will
types
be
of
interesting to
gathering you
see.
can do.
The
There's
gathering
harvesting,
aspect
fishing,
of this game I'm not
cutting,
so much
and
excited
mining.
for. But it's
This
all
system
all
helps to give
369.
a sense of
This game,
progression and accomplishment
369
and almost
monsters
adding a grinding element to our game. This is our
during
downtime,
combat.
our off time
Pretty
to
interesting
offset
stuff.
the balance between
I do hope
battle
there's
and
like
what makes this
area
game
of
open
effect that
world
attacks,
and, non-linear,
like surf,
is you can
earthquake. You know that
tackle any of the areas
affects
in the game
every
at
single
any
member
point that you want to, and you can
differently,
take
of
them on
course.
in any order you'd like. Collecting monsters isn't the traditional.
Who's that big teeth
throwing some
man?
kind of orb or
I mean,
object
leech.
at it. And so in our game, instead, what we've done is we've created a system
Very
where
peculiar monster
monsters drop
designs.
DNA as a battle reward. You can then take it to the DNA stations, and you can use these to actually revive and resurrect these creatures to then, have them on your team. Monster mutations is a mechanic in the game where you can mutate them using resources and items. And so originally it started off as just a way for us to get more variety in monster encounters that opened up to about 300 different combinations of creatures. And so we just kind of thought, like, why not
How long do
throw
we
that
have?
into the
We have a
player's
big
hands,
bunch,
which changes
bit more.
their elements,
Holy shit!
their class, and also their design. Once we actually get into the
I
battle,
feel like how the
it is a
character
team-based battling system.
flips
So
when
you'll
it
have
turns.
4 slots for your
Paper-
monsters, and
paper
so you can
model.
have a 4 versus 4 battle, and this takes place on a 3x2 style grid. You
Oh,
have
sorry,
these
6. It is
all
6.
squares on the
What
battlefield,
was I looking
just
at?
the front line or the 2 middle squares, dodging moves and kind of predicting what your opponent has in their arsenal to strategize through more than just using the right moves on the right guys. You
Strategize,
also have to worry
tactician
about your
level
position,
5 head
the enemy's
type of
position
game.
in this group-based, turn-based combat. We've been working on this game for over 2 years now. I'm just proud of the entire process of making it and becoming a better developer because of this game.
Whoa! I seriously have to take a break after this, but like, when this ends, like, I only have 30 minutes until the Bethesda showcase, which I want to stream. This is not stream, by the way, this is just pre-recorded stuff. So I'm just too lazy. Yeah. Starts in 2 hours. Stop time. Neon Blight.
My name is Enrique. I'm a solo dev for Neon Blight, which is a small
Solo dev,
cyberpunk
alright.
game
Small
that I've been
cyberpunk
creating
game,
for the
okay.
past 4 years. It's been a huge passion project that I've built.
I see you. I see that Spider-Verse poster there. This man has good taste.
Somewhat
Vampire Strikes
Metroidvania
Back.
and roguelites.
I think the
I
best
use
Star
term
Wars film.
Metroidvania loosely
Good
because
taste.
it's
Good
not a
taste all around.
platformer, but it has those kind of elements of an open world map where you explore different areas. That is definitely a bullet hell, especially with the bosses and some of their attacks. You go into a room and then you shoot everything you see without worrying about anything.
It starts at 1
So it's
p.m.
an
ET,
open
the
world
Bethesda showcase,
game
which
where
is
you
1
kill
a.m.
bosses
Monday.
And you go back to your shop
Oh.
and sell guns, items, and anything that you collect in what I call the outer border, which is the big open world combat area. If you survive, you can go back to town and sell your weapons. So the story, basically she's an ex-cop and she becomes a gun shop owner as her retirement, and she's dragged into this bigger than herself story of trying to collect the ultimate weapon before, you know, something bad happens. It's a story that teases a lot of stuff. It makes the player
Metal
question
Gear.
what kind of world they're in. I think it will lay the grounds for further expansions of the world. There's the main hub called Eden, which is a small town that your player lives in and has her gun shop in. The Neon Stop, which is where you buy all of your items to put in your shop, couches, display units, anything like that. It's a town where you can interact with
telling me
NPCs
this
and stuff like that.
Lara
And then there's the outer border,
person
which
is
the
an
combat
ex-cop?
area. It has
How
7
long
different biomes.
was
an abandoned
Lara
forest,
in the
a
forest?
Lone North, I call, which is like a snowy biome, a bunker. You explore different shops, talk to some people. I'd say the combat feels pretty solid. It's fast-paced. It can get hectic. There's a few different mobs. There's one called the Demon Gangers, which is basically your generic pistol, shotgun, auto, rifle kind of group.
The
And then
dynamite
there's the
looking
Blight
boys
mobs, which
look
is
like
there's a
from
runner that just
Gungeon.
runs after you. There's one that kind of has a spore, I would say, kind of ability where it's just his head bursts, and then there's bullets that fly everywhere. There's robots also. Quite a bit of variety. I'd say Neon Blight wouldn't be the same without the music. Our composer is incredible, and every time they push something out, I'm like blown away every time. On a personal level,
Yeah,
it's
pretty
very
promising.
much a
I heard
labor of
the
love
music,
for
it was
the
pretty cool.
genre of roguelites, the genre of Metroidvania together, and I think that people that like cyberpunk games will find some nice things.
I like the
in game,
cyberpunk
especially
aesthetic.
in the art style and the world that I built, and that my composer has pushed forward with the audio and the music.
Hello, welcome one and all, and prepare your limbs, contestants. It's game
Again, where's the intro? No intro anymore. Come less and less. Interesting. So it's like American Ninja Warrior, Wipeout, and Happy Wheels.
Today we're watching a race to the finish. Whether that be the finish line or the grave, who knows? Some have spoken out on social media to say that this section has been designed simply far too hard, and it's cruel.
Alright, this is where the fun begins. Yeah, I can perfectly see this being played by Super Mega or like Game Grumps. Against all odds. They even have like the generic gamer type of logo.
I first started getting into
That's
games probably
nice.
about 7 or 8 years old, tinkering around with game engines. I started putting games
cool.
on the web, flash games and things like that. I always liked the idea of really silly deaths, characters getting blown to bits in like a cartoony way. It's usually an area of frustration, but when you can see your character's head just flying off and blood's going everywhere, it's like you just got nothing but humour there.
I understand.
I come
Like
with the
that's
idea
why
of having,
that
like, a
space is
Ninja Warrior
very
slash
appealing. You
Total
know?
Wipeout
It's not as
death
cartoony as it is,
competition.
but it's close. As
I was
realistic
actually
as
working
it
two
is.
jobs
It's
at
very
the same
cartoony.
time as developing the game. I'd have all these fantastic ideas while I was there. You know, I'd be on the checkout just thinking about Slaughter League, and then by the time I get home, I'd just like, we ended up deciding that it would be best if I worked full time on the game. This game, it sounds corny, but it's changed my life in that way, whereas no other game had before. it's just flipped my life to where I want it to be. So to finally be able to do this as a job is just insane. I love it.
Nice. There it is. There's another bird guy. There's the bird dude. The bird. Oh, is this No, it's not. I thought it was the alien cow game. Sydney. Oh, colonize an entire world. Space Dew Valley. On. No way. One a lonely outpost. There's a lot of third quarter of 2022. I don't think some of these games are gonna come out on the third quarter of 2022.
My mom just sent me a picture of a drawing I did when I was like 8, titled My Own Game. I was diagnosed with Asperger's autism as a child, and I basically kind of just told myself, nah, there's no way I could be in management. But through therapy as a child and then continuing my own efforts, I overcame it. Now I'm doing my dream, doing something I thought I couldn't do. Through this process, I've really learned how valuable people are. There's 20 people on the team. I'm just one of them. And I'm hoping to convey some of that through the game's narrative. You have to have growth and you have to have progress. So for us,
I'm playing Candy Crush,
Outpost,
but on my shopping app.
Helps highlight the value of connection.
One Lonely Outpost. Aurorian Studios, Epic Games, and Steam. There's another one. Bird. So I'm guessing these are for like new games, I'm guessing. Ones that haven't been introduced yet, I assume. That's why they have like the intro. Is what I'm guessing anyways, because I mean, all of these games I have never seen before, ever. Including the ones that had no intro. Oh. Switch between elemental armor. Ooh. Oh, that's gross. Is this also gonna be like a roguelite? In Metroidvania? Nine Years of Shadows. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Just let the trailer speak for itself, I guess. Yeah, I'm not interested in this type of game. It sort of reminds me of like what? Alan Wake, American Nightmare? Is that it? Why am I thinking of a different game? Humanists. Are we serious?
I'm Yoz, the lead game designer of Humanity. It's a open world zombie survival game that you can play on your own, or even better with friends. We're only actually a team of 3. We're nearly 2 years into development of like the actual game. Humanity's just sort of formed like naturally, nothing to what it is like right now, which is we're pretty proud of, to be honest. Let's think realism,
Humanite.
and then
Humanite
make
Z.
it fun.
Open world.
The open world is one of the main things because the map is pretty darn huge. I think we're up to 8 by 8 kilometers, so people are going to get lost. You can literally go anywhere you want. You can find spray cans and then you can like track where you are, and it's that way of like mapping out where you've been. So there'll be obviously zombies, there's no getting away from them, but there will be other non-player character AI like bandits, gangs, some friendly, some not. We have like random item spawners that are created for each building. Say me and you were looting like a town nearby. Sometimes you might not get anything, sometimes you might get a little bit. You could go to those locations and hope no one's looted them before you, or it's your lucky day and that loot is there for you to gather.
Alright. At least there's multiplayer.
Multiplayer from the get-go. You can play alone and be the survival guy. Playing with friends is definitely how the game is made to be played. That's what we want it to be as well.
Oh, I'm so dumb. Like humanity, but Y, Z, humanity Z.
To sort of cater for the whole community. One be a builder, one be a combat guy, one be like a farmer, that kind of thing.
Wow.
So yeah, you could kind of mix it up and get the best for like a community. You can kind of like invest in the character, so you can kind of level him up, develop skills, gear it towards a play style. But if you die, you lose everything. To learn your lessons from the last time and don't make them same mistakes again.
As part of the course for zombie games.
Thing we wanted is that build anywhere. If it was an apocalypse, you had your own house, you would use what you could to fortify the house that you currently live in. I don't know, the fortification is just one of my favourite parts of the game at the minute. That was one of the things that we first started on, was we literally began with fortification. And we expanded to there from like, okay, what if someone wants to live in the woods and just be like a hunter? So then we've gone for your traditional logs, build walls, build fences, basically give the player like freedom to kind of build wherever they wanted. Build in a supermarket where there might be some food and like,
that's something.
Like higher ground. That's what we wanted to do. It's literally freedom of the player.
That's a smart choice.
And they can kind of play their own way.
You know?
Say that
I wish the characters did that in Bird Box.
As a team, really. First game that all 3 of us have ever done. A hard survival game that is fun to play. And we hope that our passion for these games shows in our game, and people just enjoy surviving in our world.
Coming soon. Nice. See, look at that. That's a 3D model of an enemy in the game that they're gonna show.
Talamel is in its twilight. The sands have buried its kingdoms. Corruption unburies its subjects.
Five new enemy types. Has this game already been out? the guy. It's the guy from the intro. The Pilgrim Brothers, the Avenger Builder, sort of early access content update. So it has been on early access on Steam. Okay.
I am Michael Shistik. I'm the art director for Sands of Aura. Sands of Aura is an action RPG in like a post-apocalypse fantasy setting. You're getting on your sand ship, you're cruising across this desolate wasteland of sand that was caused by this spell plague from ancient times, and the player is gonna unravel and figure out why that happened and maybe what they can do about it. But it definitely emphasizes on action RPG being the difficult, kind of brutal, learn to play it kind of way. You definitely will die a lot.
Huh.
I love a good boss encounter. I love overcoming a difficult situation. And it, for a lot of people, can be very frustrating. But the accomplished feeling that you get from overcoming these challenges, we think is the most rewarding thing you can have as a player. These bosses are like the climaxes of those areas, of those levels. So when you get there, we want them to be these cool, amazing, difficult, and almost cinematic encounters. Well done. The combat is not as instantaneous as a traditional action RPG. There's a bit of weight to the character's swings and actions, so you do have to be deliberate in what you decide to do in combat. Learning how to do that dance with them. You got the dodge timing and you got the swing in, you got another, like the whip attack, you paired it at the right timing. Like, it feels amazing when you're getting that dance down. The deaths will become less punishing and they'll come less often as you grow in experience as a player, and we really hope that the people have the willpower to get over that point. We talked about the grind and how difficult the game can be and how challenging these bosses are, and the boat is almost the opposite of that. It's the breath of fresh air of like, okay, I can kind of reassess myself, I can think about what I want to do. You can ride on those sand dunes and you can gain speed if you go down the waves and hop off them, and you see the whole horizon in front of you of all these different features. And we wanted the design to be that whatever feature you see out in the distance, there's something there to go and explore. The simplest terms I could qualify how our art style looks is grim dark light. I think when you go completely grim dark, it's just kind of oppressive and overpowering. So we decided to have this mix. There's a lot of gray tones, there's a lot of like beiges and browns, but you'll get these interspersed scenes on the islands themselves that are brilliant with color and foliage and flowers. And all the different things that you can see in the game, like everything has a meaning, a reason, a story, a purpose. Every dead end has a reward. If it's loot or
even nicer,
armor or reward, whatever it is, or an NPC or a character, like there should always be something in every nook and cranny. And that's made the level design way more interesting and worth exploring. We want you to play with the different builds. I've always loved in MMOs and different action RPGs when you get to build the character you want to play. That actually mixes up the gameplay, that actually makes you think about what you're doing in combat. We want you to have that customization, so we needed to make sure that the armor and weapons and everything that you find to create and craft and customize your character is as unique and interesting as possible. The more inputs you have, the more infinite in range of combinations you can make. So there's things like the rune system. The rune system lets you build specific stats into your gear that you want. Like, let's say you want to be more armored, you get put in more armor runes. You want to be faster, you do haste runes.
The webcam
but
so
on
low
top of
though.
those, there's Spellblade, which is an elemental
This
enchantment that
height.
you can add. Then you have
Or
like
is it-
fire, ice, and lightning.
Is it
that
one of
can
those
vary the combat
laptops
in
where they
different ways.
put
And then on top of
the
that,
webcam
there's also armor
like at the
sets
hinge
that have very unique
or at the
set
bottom?
effects that make the gameplay very different in how you approach combat.
God.
And then the weapons, there's
I'm
weapon
thankful
heads
there's less
that
of
have
it.
an
I'm
effect.
thankful
There's the weapon
that
handles that affect the animation and have
laptops
effects. And then
either
finally
have
there's pommels that all have like
no webcams at all,
effect
or
like when you
webcams
hit
that are
enemies,
properly
projectiles,
placed
so on.
and good.
Being able to build the character you want to play, that was what we wanted to do.
But, you know,
Going
something
forward,
is
there's
better than
gonna be
nothing.
game patches, and there's going to be a lot that you can check out, and that's worth playing. I think
So
we
I
have an
guess it's not
incredible
that bad. Those
team of
hinge
artists and
cameras.
programmers. I'm proud of our
Damn,
team.
they are
I'm proud of our
annoying.
game, and I hope everybody enjoys it.
cashew or chashu? Wishlist now. Oh, retro game inbound, I guess. Oh, that's it? Oh, okay. Oh, is this from Freedom Games themselves? Tyrant's Blessing. Okay, and a grid. I just want peace. Interesting security system. By Freedom Games themselves. This is a game adaptation of Little Vampire. Plants attack too? Or no, that's a specific plant that you can plant to attack those who threaten your other plants. Got it. Oh shit, this fucking intro, this fucking logo reveal. The Vegan Vampire by Freedom Games too. Interesting. Yo. What if one of those warriors came back to life? That's crazy. (1 p.m. 1 a.m. It's 11:30. Milk bottle, terracotta. Oh, that's just it. Terracotta. By the Spanish government. Sponsored by the Spanish government. That's crazy. Oh yeah, it's. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I want to go to the toilet, but it's so close to ending. And I don't know what this game is about. In-depth combat system. The art style is a bit. It's hard to look. So I hope that the in-depth combat system is really in-depth. I hope that's the main draw here. Freedom Games, like, I don't want to hit hard or anything. But their games don't look as good as the games they're presenting. the other developers' games. It's interesting. Like, they're a publisher first, I assume, you know? Trying their hand at... Actually, that game didn't look so bad. Whoa, same... Synchronized walking. I hope they fix that. To be honest with you, this reminds me of Hunt Down Freeman. That level, the specific level where you're like in the city. It's a spooky face you got there, zombie boy. Blood and zombies? Holy shit. Fucking hell. Pathfinder Foundation. Not bad. Streams of gameplay. Wow. In-depth features for the adaptable creatures. Oh, I like it. I like it. They look cool. Koromon. Is Koro shot for something? Yo, adopt a monster and support real-life animals? It's pretty dank. Oh, another free game? Oh wait, no, this is just all the games. All the other games that I guess wanted a smaller spot. Oh, available now at freedom.gg. GG! I see.
For me, playing games is like building memories.
So that's all their
We're
games.
pouring our
That was just
passion
all of
into
their
this
games.
game, and it
Interesting.
motivates me.
Making the game, it just feels like this surreal experience.
I come from a background that has nothing to do with video game development, and now it's my entire life and my new career.
Yeah, good for him. I didn't know their pronouns. Good for them. That is it. Thank you for watching. Wow, that was a big one. Okay, out of all the presentations from the IGN Summer of Gaming themselves, then we have Tribeca Games Showcase, and then we have the Outriders World Slayer Showcase, and then we have Freedom Showcase. Out of all four, I think I would rank them. Okay, number 1, Freedom Games Showcase. Number 2, Tribeca. Number 3, IGN Expo, and number 4, Outriders World Slayer. That's how I would rank them. A lot of hidden gems like I Want It, which I'm gonna follow the development of, not necessarily wishlist, but I will indeed look them up and have it in my search history. And then look at that, I'm like, oh yeah, that game, you know, so on and so forth. Those are my thoughts. I mean, the train game where you make your own choices, and the Gladiator doesn't look, the Gladiator Wipeout style American Ninja Warrior type of game isn't that bad. Outriders World Slayer is just whatever, and like their little talk show thingy I just did not care for. Oh, and Gory, that game. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I want to see more of it. Ugh, whatever. Whatever. Alright, that's my opinions. I like the Freedom Showcase. The Freedom games aren't that good, but the showcase for the other games that they are partnering with are pretty cool. Alright, they have potential, to say the least. Some are better than others, of course. Yeah, I rank this whole live stream a 6. A 6. Okay, bye. I'm gonna get ready for the Bethesda showcase. Also take a shit.